Locally owned and operated. This is KYFM Bartlesville and KYFM HD1 Bartlesville.
100.1 KYFM presents Owasso Rams Football 2021. Owasso Rams Football is brought to you by Christian Brothers Automotive, Wholesale Computer, Owasso, Caller Jewelry, Wings to Go, State Farm Insurance Agent Casey Miller, the Owasso Coffee Company, Duralast Roofing by Molly Jordan, Waterstone Cleaners, Shepherd Tech, State Farm Insurance Agent Robert Long, Folds of Honor, the Hopper Group, Executive Home by the Glover Auto Family, by Keith 2 Insurance, by Federal Communication Credit Union, Tulsa Bone and Joint, Ascension St. John, Trails Inn Barbecue, by TTCU, by St. Francis Hospital, and First Bank of Owasso. With a preview of tonight's game and tonight's opponent, let's take you to the stadium with Jared Gallagher and the voice of the Owasso Rams, Steve Bowery. 1, 2, 3.
The autumn weather has finally arrived in Green Country, but Owasso Stadium will be hotter than ever tonight, as nearly 10,000 people clad in cardinal and white will pack the stands and do their part as the Owasso Rams look to improve their home winning streak to 20 consecutive games when they battle the SaberCats of Southmore High School. It's fall break for the students, but that hasn't stopped them from packing the South End Zone tonight, looking to be a difference maker in tonight's game. Hello, friends. Jared Gallagher with you in the Christian Brothers Automotive broadcast booth to set the scene for tonight's Class 6A1 District 2 matchup between the 5-1 Owasso Rams and the winless Southmore SaberCats. Head coach Bill Blankenship has made no secrets about tonight's matchup. He's expecting a big game from his Rams on both sides of the ball, and he has every reason to be confident. In his 5th season at the helm here in Owasso, Coach Blankenship has amassed a stellar 49-8 record, including a perfect 4-0 stint against the SaberCats. In those games, Owasso's average margin of victory is 5 touchdowns, and history is once again on the Rams' side tonight. Since the beginning of Blankenship's tenure here at Owasso, the Rams are 17-1 in the month of October and 32-1 against schools from the Oklahoma City metro. Couple that with one of the most impressive rosters in school history, and it could be a very long drive home for the Southmore SaberCats. We'll get into the X's and O's with Coach Blankenship on the other side of this break. It's football night in Oklahoma, and you're listening to the Owasso Ram pregame show on 100.1 KYFM.
I started Folds of Honor above my garage 13 years ago because 90% of spouses and children of killed or disabled U.S. service members receive no federal education assistance. Our mission has never wavered. We honor their sacrifices by educating their legacy.
Thank you for supporting the Folds of Honor.
Thank you for supporting the Folds of Honor.
Thanks to you, I will be a construction engineer.
Elementary school teacher. Thank you for helping me fulfill my dream of going to med school.
We're able to award these scholarships because patriots like you refuse to turn your back on the cost of freedom. Join the Folds of Honor Squadron today. Your $13 a month will help ensure we never turn military families away. This is your call to duty.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for supporting the Folds of Honor.
Thanks to people like you, I know my dad is not forgotten.
As Owasso's hometown community bank, First Bank of Owasso is a proud supporter of the Owasso Rams. Nearly 30% of its employees are Owasso High School alumni, and they are ready to serve you and your banking needs. First Bank of Owasso is in Owasso, for Owasso, and has been since 1962. First Bank of Owasso, member FDIC.
For more information. Hello, Ram Nation. This is Coach Blankenship. We're proud to have a winning tradition here in Owasso, both on the field and off. And as we strive for excellence, our partners at Jim Glover, Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, Fiat strive for excellence also. And that's why they're this year's Dealer Raiders Dealer.
Are you there?
With the region's only Jeep showcase store, Jim Glover.
Can you
Jeep
hear me now?
Specifically on the Jeep lifestyle. So if you're in the market for a Jeep, there's only one place to go, and that's Jim Glover here in Owasso. And don't forget, they can customize your Jeep to fit your lifestyle. Tell them Coach B sent you.
Ascension St. John ER care teams are here for you with strong safety measures in place to protect you and your family. If you have concerns about a heart attack, stroke, difficulty breathing, or a severe mental health condition, don't delay care. Go directly to the ER or call 911. Delaying care could make your condition worse.
Welcome back to the Hopper Group Halftime Show, where we're in the Christian Brothers Automotive Broadcast booth for our weekly chat with the Owasso Director of Athletics, Zach Duffield. Brought to you by Trails Inn Barbecue. And Coach Duffield, it's officially fall break, but there's no break for the Owasso Athletic Department.
Not a lot of breaks this time of year, Jared. A lot of good stuff going on. I really appreciate you and Steve and Grant having me up here to be able to talk about the Rams a little bit, but a lot of good things. Let's start with earlier today, our softball team had a big win. Beat Choctaw 6-3 down in Oklahoma City at Hall of Fame Stadium. Advanced to the semifinals of the state tournament tomorrow, where they'll play either Westmore or Stillwater at 11 a.m. The games are streamed on the NFHS network, but boy, we'd love to get as much support down there in Oklahoma City as we could for the Lady Rams. And what a great job they're doing. A lot of fun to watch. That team is young and talented and really explosive.
Yeah, that's right. Coach Eicher and the Lady Rams softball staff 2 games away from raising a state title banner in the rafters for the second time in school history, first time in 1995. As you mentioned, they won their quarterfinal game against Choctaw earlier today. Back in action, 11 a.m. It is on the NFHS network, Coach, but we would really like to see them pack the stands at USA Hall of Fame Stadium.
No question. The more people we get there and support these kids, to go kind of sports cliche, Sean, they're due. They have been, that program has been to the finals many times and just came up short. Really,
team, or what's your favorite pro team? And I would just tell you, over the years, I don't have one. It's where our kids are.
Right.
It's where our kids are. It's where our coaches that I have worked with that are friends, those are the teams I root for, and I just can't wait for Saturdays and Sundays to get to follow them.
And sometimes I would imagine there's some conflict there too, because you see some student athletes on both sides of the ball that
there are, and so then you root for the offense or the defense or the kicking game.
Right, absolutely.
Just a great opportunity, though, for us to see kids that come out of Owasso that grow up into being young men that we're all proud of. And I'm getting information from the Raiders and the Packers and people that are doing research on guys that are seniors,
Welcome back to the Hopper Group Halftime Show, where we're in the Christian Brothers Automotive Broadcast booth for our weekly chat with Owasso Director of Athletics, Zach Duffield. Brought to you by Trails Inn Barbecue and Coach Duffield. It's officially fall break, but there's no break for the Owasso Athletic Department.
Not a lot of breaks this time of year, Jared. A lot of good stuff going on. I really appreciate you and Steve and Grant having me up here to be able to talk about the Rams a little bit, but a lot of good things. Let's start with earlier today, our softball game.
Wednesday will actually be our Thursday practice, and then Thursday is actually game day. So we will almost talk that way with our players because I want them to be in the preparation mode of what we would normally do as we get ready.
I know we've talked about this before, Coach, but at least in my eyes, Owasso has had by far the toughest first 5-game stretch of anybody this season, and it kind of has happened that way the last few seasons, especially in Class 6A, playing Union, Fayetteville, Edmond Santa Fe, Broken Arrow, and Norman North. I mean, those are some heavy hitters in Class 6A. I know you can't let your guard down on any specific week, but do you prefer a schedule like that where you can kind of take stock of where you are mid-season, kind of regroup, and then hopefully build some confidence in things moving into the playoff time?
I do, Jared. I think that you need to get tested early. I think you need to figure out who you are and where you are, find out what our deficiencies are, and begin to develop and correct those. I don't know that we do it intentionally once the district play hits.
Sure.
Because we get that through really just luck of the draw. But the fact of those first 4 games, we know that we have some control over. Norman North being a strong team this year stretched us in game 5. We're going into a game with Southmore where they're over. They're struggling. That's just the facts. We're not going to run from that, hide from that. Not going to lie to my players about it. They're not playing at a very high level right now, but that doesn't affect us. We're going into week 7. We definitely got to get the win. That we understand that. But what we've got to do, and we've got to embrace, is we've got to be a better team when we leave that field than we were when we started this week. And so whatever that means, let's find a way to improve our ball club. And it may be that we're doing it through execution. Hopefully we'll do it. Maybe it's we need that fast start that we didn't get the last 2 weeks. So those will be things we talk about. And then the other thing that could happen if things go well for us is we may be able to develop more depth by playing more of our players.
Absolutely. Let's take a quick break, Coach, and when we come back, we'll chat more about your matchup with the Southmore SaberCats tonight here at Owasso Stadium. You're listening to the Owasso Ram Pregame Show on 100.1 KYFM. Whether you're looking to purchase a new home, build, refinance, or renovate, or your local mortgage resource. As part of a 100-year-old bank, First United Bank Mortgage is here to help you spend life wisely. Reach out to J.D. Doris or Jason Karn of First United Bank Mortgage today for further information. 918-408-4991. J.D. Doris is a licensed lender in Oklahoma, NMLS number 469266. Jason Karn is a licensed lender in Oklahoma, NMLS 469129. First United Bank is a licensed lender in Oklahoma and Texas, NMLS number 400025. Equal housing lender. Member FDIC. All loans subject to program guidelines and final underwriting approval. Not all applicants qualify. Information and pricing are subject to change at any time and without notice. Whether you're buying or selling a home, don't trust your real estate needs to just any mom and pop company. At the Hopper Group, you get local market expertise with the backing of a worldwide network. Enjoy RE/MAX results with the Hopper Group.
Hello, Owasso. This is Ray Adcock with Christian Brothers Automotive, and we just want to say thank you for supporting us as a local business. I know for our family, we own a business here, we live here, we go to church here. All 4 of our kids are in school here. And when we shop, we always consider to try to spend our money in town. We go to restaurants that we know are owned by people from Owasso. And if we leave town to get gas, we drive back on fumes to buy gas here because we want to keep that money in the Owasso School District. And recently we had a hailstorm that damaged our roof. We chose a roofer that, based on the owners from Owasso, and the business is based in Owasso, so we're always trying to keep it local. And so we just want to say thank you. We know a lot of you guys are doing the same thing to help support us. When it comes time to service your vehicle, if something breaks, or just to do the maintenance.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
We just want to say thank you, and we love being a part of Owasso.
Back to school times here again. Randy here with Wholesale Computer Supply, your locally owned and operated computer superstore. We have everything you need for back to school computing or working from home. Save up to $100 on laptops and desktop computers now. Want to be 25% more productive while working from home? We have a solution with the dual monitor setup for under $150. 3 locations to serve you better. East Tulsa, Midtown, and Owasso at 96th Street North and Garnett. Wholesale Computer Supply, where we'll do all we can.
The Rams are our hometown team, and Johnny Kohler Jewelry is your hometown jeweler. Our team can design the next custom piece of jewelry, or come in to shop popular brands and estate pieces, or for a quick watch battery change or complimentary cleaning. No matter what you need, John E. Kohler Jewelry has the right play for you. As your hometown jeweler, we love to see the Owasso Rams win under Friday Night Lights. Come by and meet our winning team at John E. Kohler Jewelry Designs, and we'll make every visit a touchdown.
State Farm Insurance and agent Casey Miller are proud to support the Owasso Rams in their pursuit of excellence, both on and off the field. For surprisingly great rates on auto, home, life, or even pet insurance, visit State Farm agent Casey Miller in the Waterford Suites between Home Depot and Walgreens in Owasso. Go Rams! Wings to Go at Owasso can be described as simply great wings. Wings to Go at Owasso is located on 129th, just up from Home Depot. Wings to Go is a proud supporter of the Owasso Rams and all of the Owasso community. Friday special chicken tenders, gotta check them out. They are delicious. Boneless special on Wednesdays. Come on in. You can check out the menu on wingstogo.com. Stop in before the game, grab Wings to Go, or bring the family and enjoy simply great wings with us at Wings to Go, Owasso.
Welcome back to the Bill Blankenship Show, powered by our friends at First United Mortgage, where the 5-1 Owasso Rams are getting set to take on the Southmore SaberCats, who come into the game, Coach, riding a 9-game losing streak dating back to last season. Coach, what do you know about the Southmore SaberCats?
I really like Josh Norman. People that have followed OU football, and you're going to know that name, and he's done a really good job of going in to develop their signature. They've run into some struggles this year.
Sure.
The high school transfer portal, so to speak.
Right.
I'm using that term tongue-in-cheek. More public schools have a lot more flexibility with their transfers. He's lost some players. They've gotten some guys hurt, so they just don't have a big squad. But I do think they're getting coached well. They've struggled this year more so than last year. I thought they'd really taken some good strides and just can't seem to get out of their way. You don't want them to get well, when you're playing us.
Absolutely.
And so hopefully we can get after them and do a good job with our first group of guys and get a fast start, and then hopefully get the opportunity to play some others.
This is the 8th meeting all time between these two programs, with Owasso boasting a 5-2 head-to-head record. That includes 4 wins in a row, Coach, with you at the helm, all by a margin of 35 points per game on average. We mentioned your defense before, giving up just 18 points per game this season. Southmore, as you said, is struggling offensively. They're averaging less than a touchdown per game on the offensive side of the ball. They've been shut out 3 times in 6 games this year. I would imagine for you, Coach, that would be the goal for your defense this week, is to get a shutout.
It is. We want to pitch that certainly with our first group that's out there and do a good job. But it's really, Jared, over the course of the last decade, the goals that you usually present defensively have really changed.
Sure.
I mean, we used to be big on how much rushing yards and first downs and passing yards and points, and the proliferation of the offensive power in every level, but even at high school, you can't get caught up in all of that. Our defense players and coaches still value a shutout.
Right.
And so that's one of those things that is much harder to do than it used to be, but it's not lost on them. They certainly look at the schedule and they see that Southmore's been shut out 3 times so far, and I promise you that'll be a big item that they talk about privately, if not publicly.
Right.
Yeah.
And if you're able to get some of those younger guys in, possibly in the second half, you're going to see some of those starters motivating those younger kids to hold on to that.
It matters to them that the guys going in hold the fort.
Finally, Coach, before we let you go, what are your keys to victory this week?
Well, I think it's doing what we do. We've got to focus on the Owasso Rams. Don't try to play down to an opponent that's struggling. Let's get a fast start. Let's get going and take care of the football.
Coach, thank you as always, and best of luck tonight against the Southmore SaberCats. When we come back, we'll welcome in Grant Mowry and the voice of the Owasso Rams, Steve Mowry, to get you set for tonight's matchup. You're listening to the Owasso Ram pregame show on 100.1 KYFM.
At Owasso Coffee Company, it's all about bold flavors and big smiles. Located right down the street from Owasso High School in the Renaissance Shopping Center, Owasso Coffee Company focuses on delicious baked goods and quality handcrafted beverages featuring Rose Rock coffee products made right here in Oklahoma. Stop by or drive through today at Owasso Coffee Company, a proud supporter of Owasso Athletics.
My name is Steve Mowry, and this is my wife, Renee.
We've been proud members of the Owasso community for over 55 years. When we have roofing needs, we have always chosen Zach Harbaugh and Duralast Roofing Specialist. Zach and his team offer the highest quality roofing services and more, ensuring that our home is protected from the top down. Call Zach Harbaugh at Duralast Roofing Specialist today at 918-906-7800.
Good job, hun. You read all my lines.
Molly Jordan, a Keller Williams Premier Agent in Owasso, is not only a huge fan of Owasso Athletics, Molly is also a huge supporter of everything Owasso. Molly has been selling homes and properties in Owasso for a long time and understands this market. Call Molly Jordan or find her on Facebook. Call her at 918-520-6015 today. Go Rams. Let's have a winning season in Owasso and call Molly Jordan. Jeff and Shelley Waters of Waterstone Cleaners in Owasso and Tulsa are proud supporters of Owasso Athletics. Waterstone Cleaners has served this area since 2006, and they love all things Owasso. They offer dry cleaning and full laundry service at Waterstone Cleaners. Stop by the Owasso location at the corner of 96th and Garnett. In Owasso, go Rams! Score a touchdown with Owasso Computer Repair. Whether you need computer repair, upgrades, or general cleanup, Owasso Computer Repair can assist you with all your needs. For more information, visit owassocomputerrepair.com. Go Rams!
Whether it's supporting Owasso football on Friday nights or making sure you're covered in life, State Farm Agent Robert Long is there for you. When it comes to home, life, and auto insurance, go with the one who's supported the Rams since day one. Go with State Farm Agent Robert Long, located on 86th Street in Owasso.
Whether you're buying or selling a home, don't trust your real estate needs to just any mom and pop company. At the Hopper Group, you get local market expertise with the backing of a worldwide network. Enjoy RE/MAX results with the Hopper Group.
Fun money. Everybody loves spending it. What would you do if TTCU gave you $200? Well, start thinking, because now you can earn a $200 bonus just for opening a new TTCU checking account with direct deposit with approved credit. Some restrictions apply. Offer ends 10/31/21. Annual percentage yield for dividend-bearing accounts is 0.15% as of 6/15/21. Federally insured by NCUA. TTCU Federal Credit Union. Life is better in balance.
There's barbecue, then there's barbecue. Trails Inn is the barbecue headquarters of the Owasso Rams. Owner and longtime Ram fan John Cash uses locally sourced ingredients, and their meats are cooked low and slow over pecan hardwood. Trails Inn Barbecue serves smoke-blasted barbecue that is long on flavor and short on pretense. Trails Inn Barbecue is here for all your dine-in and catering needs. Trails Inn Barbecue, located at 8888 North Garnett Road in Owasso. Proud supporter of Owasso Athletics.
St. Francis Health System has more than 100 locations across eastern Oklahoma, all united by one mission, to extend the presence and healing ministry of Christ in all we do. We are Oklahoma's largest and only locally owned and operated health system, dedicated to providing the most advanced, comprehensive health care and making a positive impact in the communities we serve. St. Francis Health System, healthcare for life. Learn more at stfrancis.com.
For a fun challenge and a true test of golf, visit Bailey Ranch Golf Club in Owasso. Located just 10 minutes north of Tulsa, Bailey Ranch is now open for play following an extensive renovation to the golf course. Be one of the first to experience the new Bailey Ranch Golf Club on 86th Street, just 2 minutes west of Highway 169. Book your tee time today at BaileyRanchGolf.com.
On today's edition of Owasso Rams Trivia, the category is food. Now, for our first question, what are the 4 food groups?
Milk, meat, fruit, and bread.
That's correct.
Wait, everyone in Owasso knows that Charlie's chicken chunks are so good. They might as well be their own food group.
Judges, are the chicken chunks at Charlie's that good? That settles it. Go see for yourself at Charlie's Chicken on 76th Street, just east of Highway 169.
And we welcome you into the Christian Brothers Automotive broadcast booth as we get ready to bring you Ram football live here tonight from Owasso Stadium as the number 3 ranked Owasso Rams will be hosting the Southmore SaberCats in a district matchup here tonight. I'm Steve Mowry alongside my wingman Grant Mowry, Rob Williams running the numbers for us, and Joe Riddle making us sound good back in the production booth at the station. Also, you can live stream us here as well. Brock Crawford and Brandon Brewer, his crew, doing a great job. Multiple ways in which you can get Owasso Ram football. But here tonight is the Rams. We've passed the halfway point of the season. Owasso coming in with a record of 5-1, 2-1 in district play, and Southmore on the other side, struggling throughout the year so far. 0-6 on the season, 0-3 in district. Grant, you and I have gone to the Breakfast Club with Coach Blankenship. We got some insight on some things that we expect to happen here this evening. Southmore not coming in with quite the contingency or the athleticism players that you would typically have. So we look for this matchup to maybe turn into a JV game toward the second half.
Yeah, absolutely. Talking to Coach Blankenship a little bit this week, talking a little bit about game plan for this evening. Games like tonight, it's easy to come out lax as players, and we want to see the Rams start fast tonight. We still want to open the playbook, execute our complete offense, and hopefully execute early, and then, like you said, turn this into a JV game, get our starters out, and hopefully protect from injuries when guys – a big thing in games like tonight, when you get up big, if you leave your starters in, it's easy to not go 100%, and when you're not going 100%, that's when people get hurt. So see the Rams start fast tonight.
Rams coming out on the field. We're coming to you live here from the Christian Brothers Automotive broadcast booth. Christian Brothers Automotive keeps you rolling with expert maintenance and repair. Go see my friend Ray Adcock and his team at Christian Brothers Automotive on the corner of 96 and Garnett here in Owasso. And our uniform report brought to you tonight by Stone Canyon Living Magazine. We want to say thank you to Stone Canyon Living Magazine for providing our uniform report tonight. Rediscover nature and redefine home at www.stonecanyonliving.com. Grant, we look at the uniforms here tonight. Love the red jerseys with the white trim, white numbers, white pants with the double stripe down the side, and, of course, the traditional red Owasso Ram helmet with the white horns going around that. Thank you, Stone Canyon Living, for that uniform report. And now let's talk for a moment. Kohler Jewelry, keys to victory. Grant, tell us what you have in mind here tonight for the Rams to be successful.
Well, and you heard Coach B in the pregame show, and I kind of mentioned it already. Number one key tonight, just start fast. Last week, the Rams had a little bit of an issue starting fast, and a little bit of insight with Coach Blankenship this week. Ran into a little traffic and kind of got to the game 30 minutes behind schedule. He said, that's just an excuse. But, again, all those things come into play when you're playing Friday night football. So start fast tonight. Want to see the Rams going 100%. We don't want to lax in a game like tonight. Go ahead and execute, and we want to see the Rams really keep their poise, not jumping off sides, procedure penalties, those little things that really add up and cost you.
Those are our Kohler Jewelry keys to victory here tonight for Owasso. Kohler Jewelry, Owasso's home for fine jewelry, is Johnny Kohler Jewelry Designs. Go see John and his team on the Owasso Expressway at Tyann Plaza. And now the starting lineups for your Owasso Rams as they will start out offensively, having lost the coin toss. Looking at this Ram offense here tonight, on the front line at left tackle will be Nolan Ackenhausen. Rhett Fultz will be at left guard. Tyron Collins will be at center. At right guard, Jacob Smitty. And at right tackle, Ryan Case. Your wide receivers will be Cole Adams, Ronnie Thomas, Keelan Carney, and Jeray Austin. Any of them can strike at any moment, any time, and go the distance. In the backfield will be Derek Overstreet and Emery Neely, and at quarterback, Austin Havens. For the Rams defense, it'll be Chris McClellan at defensive end. He's got 36 offers from Power 5 schools across the nation. Basically, that just says he can go wherever he decides he wants to go. Doing a great job here for Owasso this season. Michael Jamerson at defensive tackle, Tyler Rich at defensive tackle, and Gage Smith at the other defensive end. The linebacking core for the Rams will be Brody Doris, Braden Foster, and Jacob Clifton. And then your defensive secondary at the corners, Brandon Ramsey, Chance Milgate, or Corbin Green. We're yet to see who's going to be at the other corner. And then your safeties, Cody Chase and Jake Adams. Those are your starting lineups, brought to you by Spotlight 918. Beautiful night here in Owasso. Decent crowd, Grant, for the type of weather that we've had. It was very comfortable down on the field in the early going. As you and I were walking around, players seemed to be loose, but they did seem to be focused. So you brought up an important point. Got to start fast here tonight and hopefully get this game rolling along.
Yeah, we were down on the field to start the game as we do just through your normal walkthrough. And it feels great. Feels like fall football out there. And you kind of still saw a lot of focus on the guy's face. We keep bringing it up, but it's really easy to lose focus on weeks like this week. And you don't want to look past a team who still has some talent. And we'll just see how focused we are as we come out and receive the ball tonight and see if we can't go down and score.
Kicking it off will be Southmore. They'll be going left to right on your radio dial. Caleb Rogers will be the kicker. Back deep for the Rams will be Cole Adams, and it's an onside kick recovered quickly, and Jeray Austin was in the back as well, but that ball was recovered by the Owasso Rams. They'll take over 1st and 10. Braden Foster, Ram Jr., on the recovery that time.
Well, and you see the onside there, which you kind of had a little bit of a feeling if you're going to win like that tonight, but really did not see any hustle on the kickoff team to go down and try to recover that. I don't know if that kind of gives you the indicator of Southmore starting off a little bit on their heels already.
So Austin Havens comes out at quarterback. It looks like a jet sweep right to left. It's Jeray Austin getting good blocking on the outside. He gets pushed out of bounds just shy, couple yards shy of the 50-yard line, so it will be 2nd and about 2. Rams had 1st and 10 from their own 40-yard line. That's where they originally spotted it, and the Rams will come back up, line in quickly in a tight formation. Havens running back to his right. It's going to be a jet sweep to the right. Blocking on the outside. It's a long run down the right side. Cole Adams on the run that time. That's going to move the chains. That'll be a 1st down. A State Farm agent, Casey Miller, 1st down, as the Rams now 1st and 10 from the Southmore 27-yard line. They're going to come back out, line up quickly again. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Lone back. They're going to throw it out quickly here to the left side. It's Keelan Carney. He's got room inside the 10, the 5. Touchdown, Owasso Rams. Austin Havens to Keelan Carney, and just like that, 11:07 to go here in the first quarter. The Rams are on the scoreboard.
Well, and as you mentioned, the Rams coming up to the line, getting in a quick offense and snapping the ball fast. You can already see Southmore having some issues lining up, trying to figure out who's got who, and it looks like on the corners we've got a little bit of a speed matchup tonight, especially as they continue to struggle lining up defensively.
Jake Adams on for the extra point attempt. Cole Adams with the hold. It's down. The kick is up. And it's good with 11:07 to go. Here in the first quarter, it's Owasso 7, Southmore 0. You're listening to Ram Football here on your Owasso Sports Network.
When chip happens, it's a good thing. That's because Chip Shepard with Shepard Technologies is the #1 computer repair and IT technician in Owasso. With expertise in firewall technologies, network design, server administration, and computer networking, Shepard Technologies is the answer to your tech needs. For more information, request a quote today, whenchiphappens.com.
Welcome back to Owasso here in the Christian Brothers Automotive broadcast booth, and it was a 3-play, 66-yard drive as the Rams go up. 53 seconds off the clock is all that it took, and quickly it's Owasso 7-0 over Southmore. What do you think of that, Grant? It's a good start.
I'd say we said start fast, and that's about how you do it. 3 plays, 60 yards, 53 seconds. That's quick.
Want to thank Bailey Golf Ranch, our first quarter sponsor here, Corey Bird and his crew out at the course. There's a ball kicked down inside the 5. It's going to stop at the 4. It's finally picked up, and boom! There's a tackle by Jake Clifton. The receiver did not really want to field the ball, Grant. I think he thought it was going to roll into the end zone.
Yeah, all right. He's had some side spin on it, thought it might even get a chance to go out of bounds, get a penalty, and it just dies right there. Not a chance for anything. Jake Clifton flying downfield, making a great play.
Denver Blatt, the receiver on that play, and that did not work out well, but it did for the Rams. As Southmore will set up 1st and 10. They mark it at the SaberCat 3-yard line. So already with their backs against the wall, here comes the Owasso Ram defense. That touchdown was a Hopper Group touchdown for the Rams. Lining up in the end zone is the quarterback. He's going to take it himself, runs up the middle, gets across the 5, maybe to about the 7-yard line. So maybe a gain of about 5 on the play. Quarterback Noah Peters for the SaberCats, so it'll be 2nd and 5. They'll mark it at about the 8-yard line. 3 receivers to the left. They're going to run to the right. There's going to be a flag on the play before the play gets going. Going to be offside against the Rams. And that may be enough for a SaberCat first down. Our referee crew here tonight, Corey Evans, Mark McDade, George Johnson, Brandon Queen in the white hat tonight, Ronald Snoddy. And so they'll move it out to the SaberCat 13-yard line, 1st and 10. Run on the left side, got some room. Gain of about 4, maybe 5 on the play. So that'll move the ball out to the 22-yard line. Second down, actually it's going to be just shy, about 1 yard. So 2nd and 1 we'll call it. Now they're going to move to kind of a wildcat formation. Run to the right side, and the Rams just stuff that one up. There's no room to go. Chris McClellan causes a roadblock as Jake Adams comes up. Also Brandon Ramsey. Braden Foster also in on the tackle, and that'll bring up a 3rd down and 2 for the SaberCats. Mark it at the 21-yard line. And a chance for the Rams to get their offense off the field. I think Southmore has used 2 different quarterbacks already here in the early going. Direct snap, run to the left side, and it's going to be enough for a SaberCat first down. And that'll move the chains for Southmore. Cameron Little. He's running the quarterback spot right now. They had some difficulty, I understand, last week with a quarterback that transferred. So Cameron Little at quarterback, running back to his right. Little's just going to take the direct snap and run to the right, and he's going to be tackled at the line of scrimmage. Again, a host of Rams in on the tackle.
Well, and you can see right away Southmore's game plan is to try to run the ball, keep the clock moving. Going to challenge the Rams. Right now, yes, they're moving the ball, but once the Rams start making adjustments, they're trying to make us challenge the run game. We'll start putting more guys in the box. Haven't seen a pass yet. Don't know his ability to throw or not. But at right now, keeping the clock running, I'm sure that won't take too many adjustments by the defense to stop the run game.
And now Marcus Means comes in at quarterback. Takes the snap. He'll run to the right. And again, it's Ram defense. Chris McClellan got way outside, wrapped up the ball carrier, maybe got one on the play up to the SaberCat 31-yard line. That'll bring up 3rd and 8. So this may be the opportunity the Rams get their defense off the field. Josh Norman, the head football coach of Southmore, played on the 2000 National Championship team for the Oklahoma Sooners. He was a tight end and actually had the most receiving yards in that game with 47, and then he coached at Community Christian School in Norman, Oklahoma, and also at Southern Nazarene University. Here's a direct snap, run to the right again, and getting upfield is Means. Gain of about 4 on the play. It's going to be short of the first down. It'll bring up 4th down. Camden Davis is saying he wants to go for it. That might not be the best decision here in the early going. 6:55 to go here in the first quarter. Rams scored in 53 seconds on their first possession of the game, and Cole Adams will go back deep to receive the punt attempt here. Cole's going to line up inside the Owasso Ram 40-yard line. Here's the punt. It's a high, short punt. Cole Adams doesn't signal fair catch. Reverses field. He's got some room to the Ram 40, 45. Jukes inside, back to the outside. He's got a blocker into SaberCat territory. He's at the 20, the 10, the 5. Touchdown, Cole Adams. Returns the punt 60 yards for a Ram score.
Well, you got a great job by Southmore running the clock, and Cole Adams responds with a 7-second touchdown.
Cole Adams, the junior receiver, but also deadly punt returner. Had the kickoff return last week against Edmond North, 96 yards, and he returns one here, 62 yards for the Ram touchdown.
Well, I don't know if you can start much faster than that.
That's exactly
That's a race
right.
to 14.
So his brother Jake Adams will line up for the extra point. Cole with the hold, Jake with the kick. It's up, and it's good. With 6:18 to go here in the first quarter of play, it's Owasso 14, Southmore 0. You're listening to Ram Football right here on your Owasso Sports Network.
At Taziki's Mediterranean Cafe, our goal is to serve you a fresh, healthy, homemade meal at an affordable price every time. We make over 100 menu items from scratch each day, nothing frozen, nothing from a box, and we don't fry anything. Our menu is full of healthy options including vegan, vegetarian, and gluten-free. Dine in, pick up, or experience our full-service catering delivered to your home, office, or event. Taziki's is locally owned and operated. Come see us.
Welcome back to the Christian Brothers Automotive broadcast booth as Cole Adams returns the punt for a touchdown, 62 yards. The Rams now lead 14-0 with 6:18 here in the first quarter of play. Grant really kind of really seeing what we thought we were going to coming into this game.
Yeah, great job by Cole Adams. Makes a man miss early, switches field, and then just out athleticism's a guy.
Kickoff caught at about the 10-yard line. Brought out, I think they'll mark Marcus Means down at about the Ram 20-yard line, where the SaberCats will take over 1st and 10.
Well, we're seeing Marcus Means and Cameron Little kind of just rotating who's going to run the ball and who's not. And at some point very soon, I expect them to both just be absolutely worn out. Those hits start to add up by the big Ram linemen and linebackers coming in there. And at some point, you can't help. You got to try, but you'll just start hanging your head, and be curious how that starts to add up on those guys.
We were talking about Josh Norman, the head coach of Southmore, and him coaching at Community Christian School in Norman. He was actually 23-0 there and won the 2009-2010 Oklahoma Christian School Association state championships. He also played with the Chargers I guess at that time the San Diego Chargers and the Oakland Raiders.
Yeah, I think we read an interesting stat this week. In the 2002 and 2003 seasons, Josh Norman caught the first touchdown passes of both games from Drew Brees.
Here's a reverse by Southmore, read beautifully by the Rams. Running back knocked back for a loss of about 4 on the play. It was a good play. It just wasn't executed well, but covered great by this Owasso Ram Ball Club. Chris McClellan, he's causing all kinds of confusion here on the near side. And Michael Jamerson, who had a great game last week as well.
Well, it looks like they put Rikus Conway, got him listed as a linebacker, but I think he was in there with the football that time. With 36 guys on your roster, at some point you got to put a couple good athletes on both sides of the football.
Yeah, you're not going to have much choice, but probably not much of an opportunity to hang around either, as a timeout has been called on the field. We'll take a 1-minute timeout as well and come back for more action here. It's Owasso 14, Southmore 0.
Chicken and beer at 71st and Yale by Tzatziki's. It's the home of Southern fried and fire-roasted chicken. Enjoy your chicken on the bone, on the bun, in a basket, or in a bowl. Toss in several scratch-made sides, including 3-cheese, mac and cheese, and collard greens, homemade sauces, and you've found yourself a new favorite chicken spot. Locally owned and operated.
Going to college was always a dream of mine. The Oklahoma Army National Guard made that dream come true.
I was worried about taking on student loans. The Oklahoma Army National Guard paid for my college.
I didn't think I would have time for school. To serving part-time right in my community, it's no problem.
I finished my degree last year. The Oklahoma Army National Guard reimbursed my tuition 100%.
Find out what the Oklahoma Army National Guard can do for you.
Welcome back to Owasso. 5:26 to go here in the first quarter. Owasso 14.
Well, I think I owe an apology. I think
you do.
Righteous Conway on the carry on that last play.
So it'll be second and about 20 from the Southmore 10-yard line. Direct snap again, run up the middle. Got a gain of about 5 on the play. That's Cameron Little. And basically, Grant, it looks like they're just rotating linebackers, seniors, and whoever they can back there. And we'll explain a little bit about some of the culture issues that maybe Josh Norman is facing here at Southmore. You know, we're just a few years removed from where Casey Thompson and Kendall Thompson were quarterbacks for Southmore, giving us all the trouble we could stand. Casey Thompson now the quarterback at the University of Texas, as you may have seen last Saturday. Here's a direct snap again, runs straight up the middle, and it's just blown up there that time by Gage Smith. A tackle for loss in the backfield, and that'll bring up 4th down. Southmore will have to send their punt team back out, and Coach Blankenship, he's going to send his junior Cole Adams back out on the field, see if he can return another one. I don't know the last time we've had 2 punt returns in one game. That would be one for the record books we'd have to have. But lining up back at the inside the goal line, the Southmore punter gets it up. It's a low direct kick fielded by Cole Adams at the 38-yard line. Now he's going to run to his left. He's going to circle back to his right. Now back to his left. Pushed out of bounds. No, he's going to run back to his right. Still to his right. He's got a lot of room on the other side. He's to the 30, the 25, the 20, the 15, the 10. Stops at the sideline, still trying to get inside. Finally pushed out of bounds inside the 5-yard line. Grant, I don't know that I've ever seen anybody dance around as well as Cole Adams did on that run. Got down inside the 4-yard line, but I'm pretty sure he ran about 110 yards on the play.
I hope the guys on the Sports Network are watching that. You thought he was going to run out of bounds twice, and he just stops and says, nope, I'm not going to take the easy way out. I'm going to come back in and keep switching field on these guys. And great job by the punt return blockers out in front, sticking with blocks, and I was really proud of them. Thought we might see a couple blocks in the back there, as easy it is when he switches field. But just a great job, returns it all the way down inside the 5-yard line.
Coach Blankenship will send Mason Willingham out now.
We saw this week, we were probably going to see a run left or right by Mason.
Derek Overstreet up the middle. A helmet came off of Southmore. Did we get in the end zone? It's a touchdown, Owasso Rams. Derek Overstreet with the touchdown. Didn't see the signal initially. But just like that, the Rams score again, but credit Cole Adams again with a fantastic punt return.
Well, I called that wrong, but on games like this, when you're firing off the ball, I guess why not just hand it right up the middle, let him Overstreet's explosive right through the B gap there.
Jake Adams with the extra point attempt. It's up, and it's good. 3:41 to go here in the first period of play. It's all Owasso Rams, a Hopper Group touchdown, 21-0 over Southmore. We'll take another timeout. You're listening to Ram Football on 100.1 KYFM.
I need $100 in 10s and 20s, please. I need $100.
So the Ram defense comes back out on the field. 3:35 to go here in the first quarter. Owasso 21, Southmore 0.
Rob was able to stat that drive with one play for 4 yards in 6 seconds. Rob able to keep up with that one, as usual.
Southmore back, starting 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line. And now we have another player receiving snaps. We'll try to get that for you.
I think McClellan may have jumped a little
off
early.
The side again.
Which, I don't like penalties, but you can see in a game like this, it's still important to those guys trying to fire off the ball, get back there.
Noah Peters is in at quarterback for Southmore now. So that'll move the ball up for the SaberCats to the Rams' 33-yard line. The snap to Peters. He's going to pass, looking downfield, and it's almost intercepted. 2 Rams were fighting one another there. Oh, my goodness. It was Braden Foster and another Ram player. I'm trying to see who that was. I believe that's Elisha Malvo.
And Malvo breaking up the pass on the interception.
So that'll bring up 2nd and 5.
So we see a change of quarterbacks in the first pass all night.
Again, low snap. Peters recovers, tries to flip it up to a receiver. It's not a receiver, it's a lineman. As all kinds of pressure coming off that right side. Gage Smith, along with Brandon Ramsey. So that'll bring up 3rd and 5. Southmore with those two passes, Grant only ran about 20 seconds off the clock. We don't want to get into a passing matchup. We're going to see Noah Peters come back in, I believe, at quarterback, and then to his right is Marcus Means at running back. They've both taken snaps. Peters with the snap, looking downfield under pressure, throws it right into the hands of the Ram linebacker, Jake Clifton. I think it surprised him. If he catches that, that is an easy pick six for Jake Clifton, the Kansas State commit. Nothing but green on that right side.
Yeah, you can tell he's frustrated with that. I think, like you said, oh, here's a ball, and not able to bring that in, but still a great defensive play. A lot of pressure in the backfield. Credit the D-line.
That would have been a stat patter right there for Jake. So again, Southmore in a punt formation. Good coaching decision here. As, well, I thought Coach Blankenship left Cole Adams in the game, but he put Keelan Carney back to receive the punt, which was a short punt, not fielding, and the Rams take over 1st and 10 at their own 46-yard line. .3:14 to go here in the first quarter. It has been all Owasso Rams, and a lot of that, Grant, special teams.
Boy, punt return's kind of the key to the game so far.
Austin Havens back in at quarterback. He gets a low snap and is going to be thrown for a loss inside the 40-yard line, back to the almost 38-yard line. So some confusion there on the snap to quarterback. Loss on the play, about 6. They'll mark it at the Ram 39-yard line. That'll bring up 2nd down and 16. Havens back in shotgun. Emory Neely into his left. Havens in the pocket, looking downfield. Plenty of time, great protection. Finds Cole Adams across the middle. Cole runs into SaberCat territory across the 40-yard line, and that's going to be enough for an Owasso Ram first down, brought to you by State Farm agent Casey Miller.
Cole Adams just wide open in the middle field, sets down in a window on his route. Havens just looks right at him, throws it to him. I'd get it in Cole Adams' hand at this point, too. He's running hard. He's fired up.
2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right at the Southmore 39-yard line. Handoff to Neely. He's got room up the middle across the 25. Hits a defender and bowls down into the 20-yard line. That'll be another State Farm agent Casey Miller first down. But there we see the physicality of that running back, Emory Neely. Sometimes you can just smell it when you're out there, Grant, and he was running with purpose that time.
Boy, he had a lot of steam behind him there.
Quick set. Havens throws it out to his right. Caught there. Ronnie Thomas to the outside, and touchdown as he dives across the pylon. A Hopper Group touchdown with 1:44 to go here in this first period of play. The number 3 Owasso Rams pouring it on here tonight in district play against Southmore.
And talking to Coach Blankenship this week, Ronnie Thomas wearing number 4 tonight. Coach Blankenship saying after these guys block like they have been all year, they deserve and earn a single-digit number. So Ronnie making the switch to number 4 tonight.
So Jake Adams back to attempt the extra point. The hold is down, the kick is up, and it's good. 1:44 left in this first period of play. It's Owasso 28, Southmore 0. You're listening to Ram Football here on your Owasso Sports Network. As the Rams on a 20-yard touchdown pass from Austin Havens to Ronnie Thomas have increased their lead to 28-0. 1:44 to go here in this first quarter. Jake Adams with kind of a knuckleball kickoff, fielded at the 7-yard line. Runner across the 20, breaks to the outside, across the 25, the 30, before he's run out of bounds. Kalik Boatwright on the push, and a flag on the play. They'll mark the flag at about the 25-yard line. We'll see what the indication is here from the referee. It's going to be holding against Southmore, so that'll bring everything back. So it'll be 1st and 10 at the Southmore 15-yard line. Want to thank Westerman Financial for supporting our broadcast here on the Owasso Sports Network. Handoff up the middle. They got some room, and then it closes quickly. That handoff went to Marcus Means. And again, you got Tyler Rich, Michael Jamerson. Big boys up front making it hard to run here tonight, as that'll bring up gain of about 4 on the play, 2nd and 6. Noah Peters is the quarterback. Now he'll change the play. He's got Cameron Little to his left, 2 receivers to the right, 1 out to the left. Hands it off up the middle and tackled for probably a 2-yard loss on the play. Tyler Rich blew it up to begin with and then had some help. Chris McClellan always seems to be around the action, has a nose for the football. And that'll bring up 3rd and 6 from the SaberCat 19-yard line. Peters waiting on the snap, 2 receivers to the right. Now he'll approach the line of scrimmage and look over to his coach for the offensive signal. Spreads the play call to his lineman. Now he'll move Cameron Little to his right. Peters back in the pocket, looking downfield to pass. He's going to take off running on the left side, and he's going to slip and fall at about the 26-yard line. The turf monster got him. But in pursuit was Braden Foster. So that'll bring up 4th down, and you would think a punting situation for Southmore, but not before the clock runs out. And we have finished 1 quarter of play. It is Owasso 28, Southmore 0. Come back for 2nd quarter action. You're listening to Ram Football here on 100.1 KYFM.
Hello, I'm Dr. Jason Griffin.
And I'm Dr. Caleb Nunley.
And we at Tulsa Bone and Joint are happy to be the team physicians for the Owasso Rams.
I'm Dexter Millsap.
And I'm Zach McGinty, and we are the athletic trainers for the Owasso Rams.
Here's some of the services that we provide in the Tulsa Bone and Joint Athletic Training Facility.
In their pursuit of excellence, both on and off the field. For surprisingly great rates on auto, home, life, or even pet insurance, visit State Farm agent Casey Miller in the Waterford Suites between Home Depot and Walgreens in Owasso. Go Rams!
Welcome back to Owasso Stadium. As the Rams lead Southmore 28-0. Grant, you got some first quarter stats for us. I'm going to guess it might be all Owasso so far.
Well, the stats aren't too crazy right now. We've got Owasso 5 rushes for 49 yards. Southmore 13 rushes, 31 yards. Owasso 3 for 3 in the passing game for 69 yards. Southmore 0 for 3. And then total yards for Owasso, 118 to Southmore's 31 yards. A big reflection on the punt returns by Cole Adams affecting those total yards.
And that punt to begin the second quarter. Now the Rams will be going left to right on your radio dial. It goes out of bounds in Southmore territory as they were punting deep in their own territory. Owasso will take over 1st and 10. This second quarter sponsored by Duralast Roofing. Get total protection that's guaranteed, built to last with Zach Harbaugh and Duralast Roofing Specialists, Owasso roofing experts. Request a quote today at 918-906-7800. Zach Harbaugh doing some work at a property for me today. Emery Neely up the middle. He busted. He's going to go all the way inside the 10-5 touchdown. Owasso Rams. Emery Neely with the 42-yard touchdown run. Breaking tackles, good blocking on the line, got into that second level and broke to his right. Good blocking downfield, and it was an easy run to pay dirt for Emery Neely.
Yeah, already seeing some offensive substitutions. Got a couple younger guys in at receiver. I think I saw Anthony Hills, the junior, downfield making a block.
Now Jake Adams will come on for the extra point attempt. If I didn't get your sponsorship read, it's Emery Neely's fault because he ran too soon, too fast. And the kick is up. It's good. And on the first offensive play for the Rams here in the second quarter of play, it's Owasso 35, Southmore 0. We'll take another Duralast Roofing Specialist timeout. You're listening to Ram Football here on 100.1 KYFM. Was rolling right along here with 11:42 to go in the second quarter. Emery Neely off the punt from Southmore runs 42 yards for the touchdown, and it's Owasso 35, Southmore 0. As Jake Adams will tee it up at the 40-yard line for the Rams. Beautiful night here in Owasso. Band senior night. Here's the kickoff, and it's going to be a high onside over toward the right side. Goes out of bounds, so that'll be a penalty, I believe, against the Rams. I didn't see the pink hanky. There it is at the 24-yard line. So Southmore will probably get their best starting field position of the night here off the errant kickoff by Jake Adams, but that's about the only thing that hasn't gone the Rams' way here this evening. You remember any games like this?
Sometimes I think, I was going to say, as a kid, I remember being on the wrong side of these.
Yeah.
Going against the
I've got those.
Jinx and Unions back in the day. But before we split districts and had some of those Sand Springs games and things like that, Claremore, absolutely.
Well, Southmore will come back out on the field. The ball got hit by the motion player, and diving on it quickly is the quarterback. That's Noah Peters. They snapped the ball right in. They had a player going in motion from left to right, and I believe it hit him as he went past, and diving on it to save it for Southmore. That's Noah Peters. It was going to be their best starting field position at their own 35-yard line, but the loss on that play will back them up inside their 30 to the 27-yard line. Noah Peters stays at quarterback. Again, they bring a man in motion. They hand it up the middle to Cameron Little, and he's tackled immediately there. There's just no place for anybody to go. And, Grant, you're right. I think we're going to have to start pulling out the roster so we make sure. I believe that was Hunter Half.
Well, Kel Pennington comes off the right edge over there, makes a great diving tackle, kind of trips him up by the feet.
Try to see who else we have in here on the line.
Kel Pennington, the sophomore linebacker.
Jackson Boley, right defensive end. Peters in at quarterback. That's the neat thing about these New Jerseys. A blitz coming off the right side. In trouble is the quarterback, and he's going to be tackled for a loss. I believe that was the aforementioned Walker Hill. No, it's Jackson Boley, excuse me, the junior defensive end. So that'll back the SaberCats even further into their own territory for a long fourth down. Antonio Graham bringing pressure with his youngsters. Back to punt once again for Southmore. Able to get the punt off. It's a short punt just across the 45-yard line, still in Southmore territory, and it's going to stop at the SaberCat 48-yard line. 1st and 10, Owasso Rams. 9:31 to go here in the first half. It's Owasso 35, Southmore 0.
Had Kel Pennington back to receive there, the sophomore linebacker.
So we'll see Mason Willingham now come out with his offense. Also, Luke Harris. We've seen some action from Harris in the backfield, and you got to think that he's going to get a lot of attention here tonight. Willingham, he'll hand it off to Harris on the left side, and he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of about 2 on the play, if that. Right at the Ram logo at midfield. Now they're going to say maybe even a loss of 1, so it'll be at the 49-yard line. So Willingham in at quarterback, 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. He'll throw to the right side, caught quickly there by Anthony Hills, and he'll be pushed out of bounds. Not sure he quite made it to the Southmore 45-yard line. Anthony Hills in at wide receiver. Bryce Stevens in at tight end for the Rams. Ryan Case, a sophomore, he's still at right guard. Willingham rolls out to his left, looks down the field, has a wide open receiver, can't keep his feet, but is able to make the catch. That'll be Jakari Thomas. That'll be enough for a Ram first down. Nice throw by Willingham on that rollout. That'll be a State Farm agent, Casey Miller. First down, Owasso Rams at the Southmore 35-yard line. 8:02 to go here in the second quarter. Rams lead 35-0. Willingham gets the snap, hands it off to Harris. No, he's going to keep it. Runs to the right side. He's got some room, blocking to the outside in the 20, the 15. And just tripped up there at the 15-yard line by Marcus Means. And it'll be another Glover Auto family first down. Great run there by the nimble quarterback, Mason Willingham. Really did a good job, showed patience following his blockers.
Yeah, a lot of patience. The kind of that right side developed, and you could just see all the blocking down from the linemen. Opens up a big gap, and really just some fancy footwork downfield, kind of making a little bit extra at the end.
So Coach Norman and his SaberCats decide to take a timeout. It'll be a Duralast Roofing Specialist timeout. We'll take one with them. You're listening to Ram Football here on your Owasso Sports Network.
Take my hand, don't let go. Look in my eyes and in my soul. Hold me near, please let go of all your fear. I'm not going anywhere.
Back to the Christian Brothers Automotive broadcast booth. Rams knocking at the door once again inside the 20-yard line. The Oklahoma Bank of America red zone now for the Rams. Willingham hands the ball off to Harris up the middle. He's got room. He's inside the 5, and he's going to be tackled at about the 3-yard line. Going to be close to another Owasso first down. Going to be just shy, I believe, so it'll be second down in just inches. Rams taking a lot of time looking over here to the near side. Gavin Bohannon in at left tackle for Owasso. Willingham hands the ball off to Harris. He tries to go behind Bohannon off the left side. They've got a push and then finally stopped in the scrum. They're going to blow it dead inside the 3-yard line. And that'll be enough for a Glover Auto family first down. First and goal from the 2-yard line. Willingham gets the play from the sideline. He'll take it into the huddle. In at center now. I believe that's Cohen Ponder. Willingham hands it off to Harris. He's got room on the left side, but the hole is filled up there, and he's tackled maybe for a short gain on the play. That'll bring up second and goal for Owasso. Clock continues to roll here before we roll into halftime. 6:15 to go. Two receivers to the right, one to the left. Harris to the left of the quarterback, Willingham. They hand the ball off to Harris again, and he's caught in the backfield. 3 white shirts back there immediately. So that'll bring up third and goal. Maybe try the fake handoff and see if Willingham can't just run it in.
Yeah, Southmore really starting to stack the box defensively. Pretty good idea what we're going to do, trying to work a little bit of clock with some of these younger guys. A lot of field over here to the right with Willingham's legs.
Ball on the left hash mark. Willingham gives it to Harris again. He tries to punch it in from the left side. No signal yet. They're going to mark him shy of the goal line, as he's unable to reach the end zone, and Coach Blankenship will send his field goal unit out on the field, I believe. It's going to be Dugan kicking for Owasso. Joel Dugan, he's a sophomore. Holding for him will be Tyler Cavanis. So Cavanis awaits the snap, the hold, the kick is up. And it's good. The field goal is good by the sophomore with 4:48 to go here before halftime. Now Owasso increasing their lead 38-0 over Southmore. You're listening to Ram Football on 100.1 KYFM.
Hello, can you help me?
Okay, great. Can I get cash back in 5 to 10?
Thank you. Have a great day.
Yard field goal. And the Rams now lead 38-0.
Looks like we're going to see a kickoff by Dugan. Might not see Jake Adams anymore this evening.
Got to be impressed with what you've seen so far by this starting unit of the Owasso Rams. Came out tonight and exploded for 28 points in the first quarter. There's a high onside kick fielded by Southmore at their 37-yard line and trying to run it across the 40, where the SaberCats will take over 1st and 10. L.J. Gaines on the return for Southmore. And you're right, we're going to see a lot of youngsters coming into the ball game here. 4:42 to go here before halftime. And what began as a really good crowd for Owasso here tonight has already begun to thin out a bit.
Little chance of rain moving in.
I see your wife and your mom are still here, though, so that's a good thing.
That's a good thing. I'm not going to guess that lasts too much longer.
Yeah. We'll keep an eye on that for you. I want to thank Duralast Roofing Specialists, our second quarter sponsor here. And then we'll have the Hopper Group halftime show coming up here in 4:42 on the clock, and a flag thrown in the backfield. It's going to back the SaberCats up 5 yards as a procedure call against Southmore. They just haven't had any luck offensively here tonight. Grant, we heard Coach Blankenship share some of the struggles that Southmore has had, and it's kind of an open transfer portal, if you will, in the Moore area, and then taking the handoff and then just slipping down is Cameron Little.
Yeah, Coach Blankenship telling us this week, Southmore had a good sophomore quarterback. Last week they practiced all week, going into Friday night thinking their quarterback's looking pretty good. And then Thursday, I went into the principal's office in Southmore and turned in his transfer paperwork. Because in the Moore School District, you can transfer school to school as long as it's in the same district there.
Which is interesting because, you know, you talk about the powers in the West that you think are going to be the team to beat, and that kind of defeats the purpose, if you will. And stacked up at the line of scrimmage, Malvo, Doris, half in on the tackle for Owasso. There's just nothing going forward right now for Southmore. The Ram defense, starters, the twos, and anybody that's in there in a Ram jersey, they're not giving up any ground. That'll bring up third down. The ball marked now at the SaberCat 34-yard line. Third and 18 yards. Tight formation. Almost lost the snap, and we're going to have a penalty before the play, probably a procedure call once again.
I think the quarterback may have put his knee down trying to catch that snap.
And you're right, he's talking to the head referee, Ronald Snoddy, and
kind of a low snap.
It was a low snap, and I think he went down to try to protect it from going between his legs, but at the same time, knee touched down, and I believe that's exactly the call. So now it's going to be third and longer. Noah Peters looking over to the sideline, and the referees are going to come together and confer. Not sure what this discussion
I'm not sure that they switched the down marker after, because they may have thought that was a penalty as well. Going to have some clarification.
You know, when we talk about the Moore, Westmore, and Southmore ball clubs, that is a fourth down, and it looks like Moore is going to be the team to challenge this year. If you look at this district, 6A 1-2, Union on top, of course. They lost one game to Jinx, but in district they're undefeated. Owasso behind them at 2-1, and then Moore and Mustang. Mustang is next week opponent. The ball gets away from the punter, and he's going to get out of it before the Rams tackle him just outside the 20-yard line. It was a bad snap, and the punter, I think when he got past that first wave, had a chance, but just panicked. And so Owasso, over the muffed snap, is going to get starting field position at the SaberCat 22-yard line.
I'm sure Coach Norman's on the other sideline. Just about anything that could go wrong for Southmore has.
Yeah, what do you do? I mean, there's just no answer for it. So the Rams will take over 1st and 10 at the Southmore 22-yard line. Mason Willingham gives it to Harris off the left side. He's got some room. Crosses inside the 15-yard line. So a good gain on the play that time. And we got a SaberCat that is slow to get up off the turf, and they're going to call timeout here for a moment and take a look at him. So we'll take a Duralast Roofing Specialist timeout as well. You're listening to Ram Football as they lead 38-0 over Southmore here on your Owasso Sports Network.
There are currently 2 million American spouses and children whose family member was killed or disabled in defense of our country, which is why I founded the Folds of Honor, providing educational scholarships to the families of 1% of the Americans who protect our freedom.
Thank you for supporting the Folds of Honor.
Thank you for supporting the Folds of Honor. Please join our squadron today. Your $13 a month speaks volumes and changes lives forever. Refuse to turn your back on the cost of freedom. Join the Folds of Honor Squadron today. Your $13 a month will help ensure we never turn military families away. This is your call to duty.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for supporting the Folds of Honor.
Thanks to people like you, I know my dad is not forgotten.
We welcome you back into the Christian Brothers Automotive broadcast booth. I'm Steve Mowry alongside Grant Mowry, Undertakers Squared. Rob Williams running the numbers over here. He's had a pretty easy night, Grant. I think we could have run the numbers here tonight. I don't want to.
We really tested him on that last drive with the 5 minute going off the clock. I wasn't sure if he could keep up.
I wasn't sure he was focused there for a moment. So, no, Rob Williams always doing us right on the air, doing a fantastic job. And, of course, the live stream brought to you by Brock Crawford and Brandon Brewer. Another run by Harris off the left side as we tick under 2 minutes, and that's going to be enough for a State Farm agent, Casey Miller, first down. As the Rams move down inside the Oklahoma Bank of America red zone. 38-0 our score. Willingham with Harris to his left. Looking to pass, throws it to the right, and it's low and away from the intended receiver. That was Destin Spotwood. A lot of sophomores coming in, getting some key action here tonight. Here's the snap, the handoff to Harris again, runs right and then back to his left. Pay dirt for Harris as he's in the end zone. Owasso Ram touchdown. He's been working hard. Luke Harris with the Ram touchdown, and he's excited as he well should be. And now the Rams on for the extra point attempt. Cavanis with the hold. And the kick is up. And it's good. 1:36 to go here before halftime. The Rams now lead 44-0 over Southmore. You're listening to Ram Football here on 100.1 KYFM.
Holmes is proud to introduce Owasso's premier neighborhood, Presley Hollow. Located on 76th Street and 148th East Avenue, Presley Hollow features the area's best amenities, including 2 pools, basketball court, state-of-the-art playground, clubhouse, and 2 ponds. Starting just above $300,000, each home in Presley Hollow is loaded with premium finishes and always available at a guaranteed price. Visit executivehomes.com for more information.
And the numbers are coming at me so fast here, I can't keep up. It's Owasso 45, Southmore 0. 1:36 to go here before halftime. Rams getting ready to kick off. High onside, fielded over here on the near side. Fair catch is called, and a late hit. Let's see. Hopefully it was inadvertent. Nope, we're going to have a flag. 2 flags. pink flags. So that'll be a penalty against the Rams. Is that their first of the night?
No, this will be their fourth.
Fourth penalty of the night.
The numbers you said, they're just coming at you too fast.
I liked my number better.
Yeah. And you have to call that late hit there. Just you get some youngsters in there and kind of some teachable moments, as we'd say in film the next day.
Get some adrenaline going.
It's hard to stop when you see these bright lights on a, Thursday night tonight, normal Friday night, but
fall break for all the kids, but we see the student section out here in force tonight, down here in the south end zone, as they mark off the penalty against Owasso. Rob Williams telling us that's the fourth penalty of the game against the Rams. And, Rob, I'm not sure. This will be 1st and 10 at the Southmore 48-yard line. I'm not sure the SaberCats have taken a snap in Ram territory here tonight. All of their offensive plays have been from their side of the 50, and it's going to be the same thing once again as Braden Taylor comes in, and he's going to defend the 50-yard line. Makes a nice tackle there. Second and 10 after no gain on the play. Rams thought they may have jumped offside for a moment. They did not. Running out Noah Peters and then throws it downfield. Picked off. Interception. Rams on the return. It's at the 30, the 20, and tackled inside the 20-yard line.
The junior, Larrett Brown, making a great catch over the middle of the field.
And he's excited, as are all these ball players. And, Grant, this is what you like to see. You got these youngsters in the game, and some of the first guys to come out and congratulate him are the varsity starters. That's the culture of this team that is exciting here tonight. They're having some fun.
Well, I can't help but grin up here ear to ear watching those guys come in and celebrate with him. Man, those are moments you just won't forget.
Larrett Brown with the interception.
And a good return.
And good blocking in the return.
Again, I think Southmore almost got over the 50, as you were talking about.
Now we're going to see a handoff to Harris on the right. He's running hard and spun around and down inside the 10-yard line. That'll be a State Farm agent Casey Miller first down.
I see former high school principal Rick Dossett working hard over on the far sideline.
And they're just going to let this clock run out as the Rams will go in here at halftime.
I can't. Yes, you can. I can't, yes, Mom. You can.
All right, we're gonna try to find Coach Blankenship here with us before he runs into the locker room. Pretty exciting stuff here on the field. Coach Blankenship, Steve Mowry here in the booth. You got to be excited about what you saw here in the first half.
I love the start that we had. I thought the leaders on this team did a great job of getting our guys ready, and we had a fast start, and that was the challenge I gave them. So I am very pleased.
Coach, real excited to see you get some young players in there, but you talk about the culture you've built. It was exciting to see the varsity players come out and congratulate some of these younger players. It just kind of shows you the type of ball club you have here.
Well, and I think that's what we're going to challenge them in the second half, to be leaders, and we're going to build our team right here, and that's a great opportunity for us.
All right, Coach, thanks for your time.
Thanks.
Coach Bill Blankenship sharing a moment with us there. And Grant, you go in here at halftime. You're up 45-0. Probably going to look at a lot of youngsters here in the second half. We heard Coach B there in a better mood than he's been on a couple of occasions where he's gone in. But your assessment here of what we've seen here in the first half.
Well, like Coach Blankenship just said, one of our big keys to the game, and we all knew this going in, start fast, and he's obviously very proud of that. And the Rams did. I don't think you can start any faster than that. The Rams defense playing well, then you contribute the punt returns, getting us down in great field position. So really, as far as the game plan went for tonight, really executed well. And I think one thing I see too, yes, we've got these youngsters coming in and playing, but there's such an importance on that because as you go into next season, being a youngster coming into what might be a starting role, coming out earlier in the season, you've got that familiarity of being here in this environment. There's a different feel here when you get under these bright lights and these big games knowing it's varsity versus JV. So having that experience coming out next year I think is huge. And just like you said, just team building overall, even moving forward. And unfortunately, you never want to see it, but at some point you always have injuries coming on down the road. So I just can't put such an importance on these young guys getting experience this early and really going to have a whole second half to get some more.
And maybe a little bit of closer insight, as you touched on it there for a moment. You played a lot of JV games out here, and then as you moved into varsity, but there was that bridge where, under Coach Smith early, Ron Smith, you were a young pup, and you got in on some sophomore snaps that season. What is the difference to you from like a JV night when you know you're the man and then coming in on a varsity night in front of guys you've admired? What's the adrenaline like, the difference coming into a game like that?
Oh, gosh. It's incredibly different, that's for sure. And I'll never forget, one thing you learn is watching film on this the next day. You young guys, you're just so fired up, you make mistakes. But when you're playing against veterans on the other side who are still in the game, you know, I can remember running across the middle and taking a pop once or twice when I wasn't quite paying attention. And you kind of learn to grow up fast and know what to expect coming in that next season. It kind of gives you that confidence in going into the next season. And I think the work ethic in off season becomes harder. Workouts become, heavier. And, man, there's just so many different keys coming into it.
Yeah.
It's just this is Ram football. It's fun to be here. It's exciting.
Yep, and that's what's great about seeing these young guys getting an opportunity to come out here on the field, and we expect to see a lot of them as we get ready for the second half. Here at halftime, as it's band senior night, they'll be recognized here at halftime, and so we may have a little bit of an extended halftime here in any case. We're going to go ahead and go into our timeout. It's Owasso 45, Southmore 0. You're listening to Owasso Ram football here on your Owasso Sports Network.
Brothers Automotive, and we just want to say thank you for supporting us as a local business. I know for our family, we own a business here, we live here, we go to church here. All 4 of our kids are in school here. And when we shop, we always consider to try to spend our money in town. We go to restaurants that we know are owned by people from Owasso, and if we leave town to get gas, we drive back on fumes to buy gas here because we want to keep that money in the Owasso School District. And recently we had a hailstorm that damaged our roof. We chose a roofer that, based on the owners from Owasso, and the business is based in Owasso, so we're always trying to keep it local. And so we just want to say thank you. We know a lot of you guys are doing the same thing to help support us. When it comes time to service your vehicle, if something breaks or just to do the maintenance, we would appreciate your consideration. We just want to say thank you, and we love being a part of Owasso.
The shift from warm days to cooler and cozier ones just makes you want to switch up your look. Luckily, Ulta Beauty's gorgeous hair event is happening now, so you can discover your best hair this fall. Get up to 50% off hair care essentials from your favorite brands like Briogeo and Revlon, and restore your hair with incredible deals on shampoo and conditioner pairs from brands like Redken. So don't miss out. This event ends October 23rd. Shop in-store, online, or try curbside pickup today. Ulta Beauty. The possibilities are beautiful.
Introducing the latest innovation in water technology. The new Nebbia by Moen Quattro Shower Head offers 4 unique experiences to choose from, designed to soothe, clarify, relieve, and cleanse. An indulgent shower experience engineered to use up to 50% less water. Water designs our life. Who designs for water? Visit Moen.com to learn more.
Hello, Ram Nation. This is Coach Blankenship. We're proud to have a winning tradition here in Owasso, both on the field and off. And as we strive for excellence, our partners at Jim Glover, Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, Fiat strive for excellence also. And that's why they're this year's Dealer Raiders Dealer of the Year. With the region's only Jeep showcase store, Jim Glover Jeep focused specifically on the Jeep lifestyle. So if you're in the market for a Jeep, there's only one place to go, and that's Jim Glover here in Owasso. And don't forget, they can customize your Jeep to fit your lifestyle. Tell them Coach B sent you.
Ascension St. John ER care teams are here for you, with strong safety measures in place to protect you and your family. If you have concerns about a heart attack, stroke, difficulty breathing, or a severe mental health condition, don't delay care. Go directly to the ER or call 911. Delaying care could make your condition worse and make it more difficult to recover. Ascension St. John Emergency Care is available 24/7. Find a location at getstjohncare.com.
Tulsa Bone and Joint Owasso is proud to support the Owasso Rams. Our trained orthopedic physicians and athletic trainers will be on the sidelines in case you need us. With an office conveniently located inside the St. John Owasso Physician Building, Tulsa Bone and Joint physicians and physical therapists are nearby to serve you and your family. We wish the Owasso Rams a safe and successful football season. Tulsa Bone and Joint Owasso, moving life forward.
Seems like every game and app and service wants to charge you a fee. Monthly fee, usage fee, delivery fee. So how about a checking account that pays you, huh? Then remember this. You get paid on every Visa debit transaction with PayMe Checking from Communication Federal Credit Union. Online, in apps, or in stores. Last year, our members earned over $240,000 in paybacks with PayMe Checking. Get paid instead of paying. Communication Federal Credit Union. Some restrictions apply. Federally insured by NCUA.
Susan, it's so great to finally be able to get together again.
Oh, it sure is. And I really appreciate you picking up the bill.
I'm happy to. I've got the extra cash. Since we've all been driving so much more again, I've been using Get Upside, the free gas app that pays you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you actually get paid cash when you buy gas with the Get Upside app?
Yes, up to 25 cents a gallon. Cash back every time I buy gas.
Does that actually add up to anything?
Some months I make $200 to $300.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the free Get Upside app now.
Download the free Get Upside app now in the App Store or Google Play to save up to 25 cents a gallon when you buy gas. Use promo code FREE for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's up to 50 cents a gallon on your next fill-up. You can cash out anytime to PayPal or an e-gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Get Upside app and use promo code FREE for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code FREE.
There's barbecue, then there's barbecue. Trails Inn is the barbecue headquarters of the Owasso Rams. Owner and longtime Ram fan John Cash uses locally sourced ingredients, and their meats are cooked low and slow over pecan hardwood. Trails Inn Barbecue serves smoke-blasted barbecue that is long on flavor and short on pretense. Trails Inn Barbecue is here for all your dine-in and catering needs. Trails Inn Barbecue, located at 8888 North Garnett Road in Owasso. Proud supporter of Owasso Athletics.
Welcome back to the Hopper Group Halftime Show. Jared Gallagher with you, filling in for the voice of Owasso, Steve Mowry, here at halftime as we are honoring the pride of Owasso seniors. And we'd like to bring into the Christian Brothers Automotive broadcast booth the head coach of the Owasso Ram baseball team, Coach Larry Turner. And, Coach, welcome to the broadcast. And I know you and I both watched the Owasso Lady Rams softball team today as they're in the state tournament. I know you've got a bit of history with the Owasso softball, or with softball in general. But, Coach, I wanted to get your thoughts kind of on how well Coach Eicher's doing, and then also wanted to talk with you about your upcoming season here in the spring.
Well, thanks, Jared. Lady softball team is doing great. They went 6-3 today, semifinals in the morning, 11 a.m. Coach Eicher's done a fabulous job, has a great staff, and they're extremely young, so they have a lot to look forward to.
Absolutely. I know they've got freshmen all over the starting lineup. Freshman got a victory on the mound today and leads the team in batting as well as a freshman. But, Coach, I want to talk about your program coming up in the spring. Obviously, Owasso baseball has a storied history here in town and all across the state. When you look at the Owasso Rams on the schedule, if you're the opponent, that's something that you think about for a while whenever you see the Owasso Rams on the schedule. How is your team developing here in the offseason, and what are you looking forward to?
Well, we look for great things this year. We've been working extremely hard, been in the weight room since day one with Coach Johnson. Kids get up at 5:45 a couple of days a week and put in a lot of time there. And my staff with Coach Brewer and the other guys, we've been doing all the little things, working on the small detail items, and had given the guys a couple of weeks off from throwing because they played all summer, and just started back up with our throwing program and starting to gear back up to looking forward to March.
Talk us through how that kind of works with your program. Obviously, you've got a bunch of individual kids that will play summer ball, travel ball. It's really a year-round process at this point. And then, there may be some other guys that are, playing on the football team or the basketball team or something like that, staying in shape there. But what does that look like from a competitive standpoint on your roster? Obviously, you've got these guys who are going all over the country in the summertime. And that's a very competitive thing. They're looking for scholarships. They're looking for, at some point, draft picks. How does that all work for you as the head coach?
Well, it gives them a lot of exposure. Sometimes good, sometimes bad, but it gives you the exposure. When you have elite players, they're going to be all over the place playing and getting better and playing against the best competition in the country. And so, that goes up until, school starts, and some even past that. And so we feel like, it's just like the big leagues. They got to have an off season, so we give them some downtime to rest their arms and just do the other things. But there's some really good players on our club that have done well for themselves this past summer.
We're with head coach of the Owasso baseball program, Larry Turner, here at the Hopper Group halftime show. The Rams are leading the Southmore SaberCats 45-0 here at Owasso Stadium. And, Coach, I know you've been in Owasso a long time. You're an Owasso graduate. You've been, here most of your life as either a student, athlete, or a coach in some capacity. When you look at the athletic department as a whole and you see the excellence across the board, we've got softball in the state tournament this weekend. We've got volleyball in the state tournament next weekend, or early next week, and I know you've got a vested interest in that one, obviously. But looking as a whole, obviously the Owasso football team will compete for a state title again this year, and then on down the line, winter sports, spring sports. I know cross country is going to state here or has regional coming up. What does that make you feel as a long-time an Owasso guy? What is that pride that you feel for all around this program being as successful as it is?
Well, it's just incredible that the success that we've had here the last few years. Like you said, volleyball, softball, cheerleading, football, baseball. Everyone is just up their game and gone from a small town to the big times.
Right.
And our athletic program is, of course I'm prejudiced, but it's second to none, and the kids just compete. We have great kids.
If you don't mind me asking, you graduated late 70s, is that correct?
73.
1973. What classification was Owasso in 1973?
We were 3A.
3A.
4A was the largest class back then.
Wow.
But yeah, with 3A. Yeah.
Grown quite a bit. Now, Coach, talk me through your schedule coming up this spring. I don't know if you have it all released yet, but I know, typically you travel during spring break. You've got a big tournament there, and then obviously gearing up for state late in the spring as well.
Right. We'll open up March 1st. That's opening day. Typically, all district games are Monday, Tuesdays of each week, and we'll have a tournament second week of March, right before we would leave for Florida, and we go down there and play down there for 8 days and play 4 games before the tournament, and then play the tournament. And that's always kind of gives us a gauge of where we're at playing the people in Florida, because they have a head start on everyone with the weather. And we've kind of a feather in our cap. Back in the day, we beat Chris Sale in high school. We beat Prince Fielder. We played against some really big league people, and it's really fun, and it's a great bonding experience for the kids. And then we come back here and feel like that we can pretty much play with anyone.
That's right. Head coach of the Owasso baseball program, Larry Turner, in all sorts of Hall of Fames around the state. Coach, thank you for being with us here on the Hopper Group Halftime Show. We appreciate it very much.
Oh, you're welcome. One last thing I want to tell Coach Eicher, good luck tomorrow. He's one of my former players.
Absolutely.
And good luck to Meg and the volleyball team on Monday. They play at 10 a.m. against Bishop Kelly at Catoosa in the state tournament.
It's going to be very good. A big weekend for Owasso Athletics. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll break down the first half stats. You're listening to the Owasso Ram Hopper Group Halftime Show on 100.1 KYFM.
At TTCU Federal Credit Union.
Hi. As I've gotten older, I've become more intentional about my financial goals. Since I joined TTCU, I'm saving a lot more money, I'm paying off my car and building my emergency fund, and now I watch my credit score continually.
Join Andrea and become a member at TTCU Federal Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA. TTCU, life is better in balance.
When chip happens, it's a good thing. That's because Chip Shepard with Shepard Technologies is the #1 computer repair and IT technician in Owasso. With expertise in firewall technologies, network design, server administration, and computer networking, Shepard Technologies is the answer to your tech needs. For more information, request a quote today, whenchiphappens.com.
The Rams are our hometown team, and John E. Kohler Jewelry is your hometown jeweler. Our team can design the next custom piece of jewelry, or come in to shop popular brands and estate pieces, or for a quick watch battery change or complimentary cleaning. No matter what you need, John E. Kohler Jewelry has the right play for you. As your hometown jeweler, we love to see the Owasso Rams win under Friday Night Lights. Come by and meet our winning team at John E. Kohler Jewelry Designs, and we'll make every visit a touchdown.
State Farm Insurance and agent Casey Miller are proud to support the Owasso Rams in their pursuit of excellence, both on and off the field. For surprisingly great rates on auto, home, life, or even pet insurance, visit State Farm agent Casey Miller in the Waterford Suites between Home Depot and Walgreens in Owasso. Go Rams! Wings to Go at Owasso can be described as simply great wings. Wings to Go at Owasso is located on 129th, just up from Home Depot. Wings to Go is a proud supporter of the Owasso Rams and all of the Owasso community. Friday special, chicken tenders, got to check them out. They are delicious. Boneless special on Wednesdays. Come on in. You can check out the menu on wingstogo.com. Stop in before the game, grab Wings to Go, or bring the family and enjoy simply great wings with us at Wings to Go, Owasso.
At Owasso Coffee Company, it's all about bold flavors and big smiles. Located right down the street from Owasso High School in the Renaissance Shopping Center, Owasso Coffee Company focuses on delicious baked goods and quality handcrafted beverages featuring Rose Rock coffee products made right here in Oklahoma. Stop by or drive through today at Owasso Coffee Company, a proud supporter of Owasso Athletics.
My name is Steve Mowry, and this is my wife, Renee.
We've been proud members of the Owasso community for over 55 years. When we have roofing needs, we have always chosen Zach Harbaugh and Duralast Roofing Specialist. Zach and his team offer the highest quality roofing services and more, ensuring that our home is protected from the top down. Call Zach Harbaugh at Duralast Roofing Specialist today at 918-906-7800.
Good job, hun. You read all my lines.
Back to school times here again. Randy here with Wholesale Computer Supply, your locally owned and operated computer superstore. We have everything you need for back to school computing or working from home. Save up to $100 on laptops and desktop computers now. Want to be 25% more productive while working from home? We have a solution with a dual monitor setup for under $150. 3 locations to serve you better. East Tulsa, Midtown, and Owasso at 96th Street North and Garnett. Wholesale Computer Supply, where we'll do all we can.
Wherever you are in eastern Oklahoma, you're never far from a Warren Clinic location. As part of St. Francis Health System, the area's largest healthcare network, Warren Clinic has more than 90 locations in the area, providing comprehensive health care for adults and children. From primary and specialty care to urgent care and physician video visits, Warren Clinic and St. Francis are here to keep you and your whole family healthy. To connect with the care you need, call 918-488-6688 or visit stfrancis.com.
On today's edition of Owasso Rams Trivia, the category is food. Now, for our first question, what are the 4 food groups?
Milk, meat, fruit, and bread.
That's correct.
Wait, everyone in Owasso knows that Charlie's Chicken Chunks are so good. They might as well be their own food group.
Judges, are the chicken chunks at Charlie's that good? That settles it. Go see for yourself at Charlie's Chicken on 76th Street, just east of Highway 169.
Welcome back to the Hopper Group Halftime Show here in the Christian Brothers Automotive Broadcast booth. Jared Gallagher with you. And we would like to welcome back Steve Mowry into the booth. And Steve, let's go over the first half stats from today's game. Really, I haven't been on the broadcast with you and Grant, but pretty much what I expected out of the first half of this game, dominance by the Owasso Rams.
Yeah, and we talked with Coach Blankenship not only tonight before the game, but also during his breakfast club on Wednesday. And it's really about like what he thought it would be like. He and Coach Norman, talked over the weekend and some of the things that Coach Norman is facing down there at Southmore. We're just, as we mentioned on the air, we're just a couple of years removed from Casey Thompson and Kendall Thompson. Casey Thompson, the quarterback for the University of Texas last Saturday, and Kendall Thompson before that. They gave us fits and were actually playoff contenders during that time. And there's been a little bit of a drop-off, and he talked about the transfer portal, if you will, in the Moore schools. And so he's got some challenges. But I think Coach Norman is a guy, he's got a historically very successful, and he'll get things turned around. But tonight it's a reflection of starting from the bottom and working your way up.
Absolutely.
But I tell you what, I tip my hat to the kids and their effort.
Sure.
They know, it'd be hard coming into a game knowing you're outmanned like this, and they're playing hard. But as you mentioned, the score 45-0, Owasso over Southmore. The stats indicate that dominance by Owasso.
Sure.
First downs in this first half, 6 by Owasso, and you would think, gosh, as much as they've been dominating, you would think they would have more first downs. Well, we're returning punts down inside the 10-yard line. There's nowhere to go. And so 6 first downs. Southmore has 2 first downs. The Rams have churned out 151 yards on 17 carries. Southmore, 3 yards rushing on 21 carries, 0 passing yards in the game. They're 0 for 4 with 1 interception. Rams have only thrown the ball 6 times, completed 5 of those for 83 yards. So yardage dominance for Owasso, 234 yards to 3 of Southmore. Penalties, 3 against the Rams and 3 against the SaberCats. That really hasn't come into play per se. Maybe more against Southmore than Owasso. Time of possession is favored by Southmore, but again, when you're returning punts and kickoffs down inside the 20-yard line, it doesn't take very long. I mean, you even have a punt return again by Cole Adams. The Rams are 1 of 2 on third down, and Southmore 1 of 7 on third downs. Rushing yardage, really running back Little has 13 carries for 25 yards. And that's really it. Marcus Means has 5 yards, and then negative yards for Peters and Conway. No yards passing, so pretty dismal numbers there for Southmore. On the other side, spread the love, because we've got numbers everywhere. Derek Overstreet has 1 carry for 4 yards. That was a touchdown. Harris came in the game in the second quarter and had 10 carries for 38 yards and a touchdown. Emory Neely came in, 2 carries for 61 yards and a touchdown. The touchdown run of 42 yards. Mason Willingham with a carry for 22 yards. Through the air, Austin Havens 3 of 3 for 69 yards and 2 touchdowns. Willingham is 2 of 3 for 14 yards. And then in the receiving core, leading receiver is Keelan Carney. Each of these receivers have 1 reception. Carney has 27 yards with a touchdown. Cole Adams has a 22-yard reception. Ronnie Thomas an 11-yard reception. Another Thomas with a 20-yard reception. And Hills has 3 yards receiving. So, I mean, it's just total domination by Owasso. And, you know, Jared, we expect to see the possibility of a running clock here in the second half and try to get out the names of all of these youngsters coming in, you know, that we don't get to see very often. We saw some of them last week when you and I did the Edmond North game and looked for a bulk of that here in the second half.
Yeah, definitely good to see guys like Jakari Thomas, Luke Harris get their name in the stat sheet, and you expect to see more of that in the second half, obviously. 45-0 is your score here at halftime. The Rams over the Southmore SaberCats. Let's take a 1-minute break. When we come back, we'll welcome back in Grant Mowry to the broadcast and get his thoughts on the first half. And as we move into the second half, you're listening to the Hopper Group Halftime Show on 100.1 KYFM.
Score a touchdown with Owasso Computer Repair. Whether you need computer repair, upgrades, or general cleanup, Owasso Computer Repair can assist you with all your needs. For more information, visit owassocomputerrepair.com. Go Rams!
American Heritage Bank, now serving the Osage region of Bartlesville, Pawhuska, and Barnsdall.
100.1 FM, KYFM, Bartlesville, Oklahoma, and KYFM HD1, Bartlesville.
At Taziki's Mediterranean Cafe, our goal is to serve you a fresh, healthy, homemade meal at an affordable price every time. We make over 100 menu items from scratch each day, nothing frozen, nothing from a box, and we don't fry anything. Our menu is full of healthy options including vegan, vegetarian, and gluten-free. Dine in, pick up, or experience our full-service catering delivered to your home, office, or event. Taziki's is locally owned and operated. Come see us.
Welcome back to the Christian Brothers Automotive Broadcast Booth. I'm Steve Mowry, back in with Grant Mowry as the band continuing to perform out here on the field this evening. And for those of you that may have missed it, the Owasso Lady Rams in softball with a 6-3 victory this afternoon over Choctaw. They'll be moving into tomorrow's semifinal matchup with the Stillwater Lady Pioneers, a 5-3 victor over Westmore. So tomorrow's game back at the USA Hall of Fame Stadium, that'll be 11 o'clock in the morning, and the winner of that game will be going to the state championship. Southmore, the favorite in the other bracket, even though I think they were trailing early, may have come back and taken control of that ball game. But here this evening, as they put some time back on the clock, players coming back out of the locker rooms. Coach Blankenship leading the Rams back out onto the field. Josh Norman leading his SaberCats back out onto the field. Grant back here in the booth. You know, I went down at halftime in the locker room, and to say it was a loose locker room, fun, laughter, and things going on, about what you would expect here tonight, and the guys just really having some fun. And quite honestly, the leadership of the varsity players was impressive in there, because as we mentioned going in at halftime, they're just as excited for some of these youngsters as if they were still in the game themselves.
Yeah, you go back to some old school coaching in football, and you go in the locker room up 45-0, and you know you got the old school guys going, hey, we need to stay focused, stick with it. You know, no, let's go have some fun. Let's make football fun again. Guys out there, like you said, that's what you want to see. Moving forward, it's just fun. It feels the environment, like you said, being around those guys right now and kind of walking around some of myself. It's just a good atmosphere for these young guys.
I want to thank Jared Gallagher for coming in and that great interview with Owasso head baseball coach Larry Turner. And of course, we look for nothing less than success with Owasso baseball as they made it to the semifinals last year, and another successful 30-win season for the Owasso Rams. A little bit different face this year as longtime assistant coach Steve Holloman retired, but knowing him, I think we'll still see him around the ballpark and being available for us, and maybe get to talk to him about his retirement and all the years he spent with Owasso baseball. Grant, we talked earlier about this district, didn't really get through that all the way, but Owasso trailing Union in the district right now. The Union football team on top in district play with a record of 5-1 and 3-0 in district play. Owasso 5-1, 2-1 in district play, and also tied with Moore and Mustang. Moore is 5-1. That'll be an opponent that the Rams will have to travel the Turnpike and face on the road in a couple of weeks. They've got Mustang here next week, which happens to be the Owasso Athletic Hall of Fame weekend, as they will play host to the Mustang Broncos. You've got Moore and Mustang, and then in the bottom tier, if you want to call it that, Norman North with a 4-2 record overall, 1-2 in district play, but those two losses coming to Owasso and Union. Then Putnam City, that will be the team the Rams face at the end of the season in district play, 1-2, 3-3 overall. Edmond North and Southmore rounded out, but things are beginning to clean them things up, if you will, in district play. As we look at the other district, it's Jinx, Edmond Santa Fe, Yukon, and Broken Arrow. So, as we would say, the usual suspects.
Yeah.
I mean, there's just a lot to play out here. Jinx is one of those ball clubs that former Owasso Ram and head coach down there, Keith Riggs, the Trojans, as the old saying goes, they are who we thought they were.
Well, and talking this week a little bit too, I think what we're seeing out of this Ram leadership this year is they've got a chip on their shoulders after kind of going down and getting really embarrassed last year by Jinx in the semifinal game. These guys are hungry. They want it, and probably one of the more talented Ram teams we've ever had completely through and through. Of course, under the great leadership and coaching of Coach Blankenship. And we're going to do nothing less than have these guys prepared to finish the season and go into the playoffs strong.
Getting ready for second half action as teams coming back out on the field. We'll take our final halftime timeout here at the Hopper Group halftime show. You're listening to Ram Football here on the Owasso Sports Network.
I need $100 in 10s and 20s, please.
As Owasso's hometown community bank, First Bank of Owasso is a proud supporter of the Owasso Rams. Nearly 30% of its employees are Owasso High School alumni, and they are ready to serve you and your banking needs. First Bank of Owasso is in Owasso, for Owasso, and has been since 1962. First Bank of Owasso, member FDIC.
Jeff and Shelley Waters of Waterstone Cleaners in Owasso and Tulsa are proud supporters of Owasso Athletics. Waterstone Cleaners has served this area since 2006, and they love all things Owasso. They offer dry cleaning and full laundry service at Waterstone Cleaners. Stop by the Owasso location at the corner of 96th and Garnett in Owasso. Go Rams!
Welcome back to Owasso Stadium. Rams kick off out of bounds, so Southmore takes over at their own 35-yard line. An opening handoff, if you will, over on the right side, and met rudely by that Owasso Ram defense for a gain of maybe 1 on the play.
Great initial hit, getting in the backfield by Cale Pennington. And then some follow-up tackles there by the host of Rams defense.
That'll bring up 2nd and 10. Pass over here on the right side, and unable to reel it in is the intended receiver. That's Devin Denny, the tight end, sophomore tight end. And so an incomplete pass, that'll stop the clock. Not what we want to see here in this second half.
What we were just talking about for everybody back home, they've opted in for a running clock here in the second half, so that incompletion actually does keep the clock rolling, and we'll see that the rest of the half.
So it'll be 3rd and 10 for Southmore. In at quarterback is Noah Peters. He's going to roll out to his right, throw downfield over the intended receiver. Not really even an opportunity there for a reception to be made. That'll be Brennan Mason, who's unable to reel that in. No passing yards here for Southmore in this ball game. It's been all Owasso Rams. That'll bring up 4th and 10. And Southmore will go back in punt formation. Back deep for the Rams will be Ronnie Thomas. They get the punt up. It's a short punt. Thomas is going to come up and try to field it in traffic. Actually, I'm mistaken there. It's Kel Pennington. I just saw the 1-4, and there's 44. So Pennington with the fair catch as the Rams will take over 1st and 10 at their own 46-yard line. Want to thank State Farm agent Robert Long, our third quarter sponsor. Get surprisingly great rates when you bundle home and auto insurance with State Farm agent Robert Long, located on 86th Street next to Coney Islander in Owasso.
Sophomore quarterback Tyler Cavan is coming in the game.
Try to run over left tackle, but that's bottled up there. Cooper Treptow, the sophomore running back, no gain on the play. Actually, they're going to say he lost a yard, so that'll move the ball back at the Owasso 45-yard line. Mentioning to you again about the Lady Rams, they'll be playing Stillwater tomorrow at 11 o'clock at USA Hall of Fame Stadium in Oklahoma City. Fake the handoff, roll out to his left, and the left-handed throw is in the hands but off the receiver, Jakari Thomas. And Grant, I know the scoreboard says 45-0, but those, as you alluded to, are plays of execution and concentration.
And I guess I should say I'm surprised to see us throwing the ball, but being opted in for the running clock at this point, great opportunity to work some young quarterback play now in the game. Might as well let the youngster go ahead and test his arm a little bit, kind of get some reads.
Cavanis throws again here to the nice near side. Catch is made. Anthony Hills, the junior wide receiver, with the reception. And that'll move the chains for a Glover Auto family first down into Southmore territory at the SaberCat 42-yard line, 1st and 10. 8 minutes to go here in the third. Clock ticking. Owasso 45, Southmore 0. Cavness hands off to Treptow off the right tackle this time and gets some movement forward. Maybe a gain of 4, possibly 5 on the play, but that right side of that line really moving people out of the way. Did you say you like OSU or Texas? What was your?
I think Texas is going to be a little bit upset this week.
Oh, boy, there goes your phone. There it goes. You've done it now. Here's the run to the near side. That's going to be Jakari Thomas. Gets a first down, nearly down to the 20-yard line. That'll be a State Farm agent Casey Miller first down for this young Owasso offense now on the field. Thomas showing good speed that time as he let the blockers set up and then hit the hole and had quite the burst into the secondary.
Yeah, he's got some explosion.
So it'll be 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line. Cavanis, the left-hander, in at quarterback. Hands the ball off up the middle. Inside the 15, down to the 14-yard line. I believe that's Treptow once again.
Seeing a little bit more good blocking there in the middle, but with the Rams slinging the ball around a little bit more rather than just at the end of the first half kind of running it left and right up the middle. Southmore not able to stack as many inside the box.
Cavanis with 2 receivers to his right, 1 to his left. But it's going to be a handoff off right tackle again. It's Treptow, and he gets about a gain of 2, maybe 3 yards before he's stacked up there and driven back. That'll bring up 3rd down. At the Southmore 18-yard line. Actually, 13-yard line. Call it 3rd and about 3. Cavanis fakes the handoff, rose to his left. He's got a wide open receiver long, but he throws to the underneath receiver. I believe that's his tight end, Roman Graham. And that'll be enough for a Glover Auto family first down. First and goal in the Oklahoma Bank of America red zone. As the Rams first and goal at the Southmore 4-yard line as we approach 5 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Cavanis checks his receivers. Hands the ball to Treptow right up the middle into the end zone. Touchdown, Cooper Treptow. Right up the middle, the big offensive line paving the way, and it was a walk-in for Treptow, and he's got to be excited to be able to run that score in for Owasso here tonight.
Well, I like Tyler Cavanis there. I think he's seen a few weekend quarterback play from some upper-level guys. He acts like he still throws the ball after he hands it off, kind of still messes with the defense just enough. I like that.
Extra point attempt is up and good. So with 4:52 to go here in the third quarter, it's Owasso 51, Southmore 0. You're listening to Ram Football here on your Owasso Sports Network. To go, and now lead 52-0 over the SaberCats as it was Cooper Treptow to cap off the drive. A 9-play, 59-yard drive, 54-yard drive, excuse me. And the Rams with a continuous clock going here. It's not running now till the kickoff. Trying to close this one out here this evening. High onside kick. Fair catch made at the 32-yard line where Southmore will take over first and 10. Things kind of quietly just lingering out here, Grant. Thank Jared Gallagher for coming in and helping us out here at halftime.
I'm just thankful for the running clock we opted into.
Ram defense wasn't ready and set on the field, and Southmore hands the ball off on the left side. Kind of a quick snap there. You want to be careful when you're getting pounded 52-0 about starting out quick. That was Marcus Means with a nice run. I believe that's the third first down of the day for Southmore, as that'll move the chains up first and 10 from the SaberCat 45-yard line. Now we're lined up and ready to go. Just a quarterback draw right up the middle. It's Means. He gets a gain of about 3 on the play. Tackled there by Walker Hill. Give him a gain of 3. That'll bring up 2nd and 7. Handoff up the middle, and a good gain on the play, just almost near the 45-yard line. That may be enough for another Southmore first down.
Got Kunta Jordan coming down here on the bottom side of the screen, coming in on a hard blitz, puts a little pop on the quarterback.
And that is enough for a SaberCat first down at the Ram 44-yard line, 1st and 10. And then they bobble the snap. Able to pick it up is the quarterback, and he's got room at the 30. No, a great touchdown-saving play made there. Larrett Brown, it looked like Means had a lot of green, and Brown able to just trip him up, or he scores 6.
Yeah, I thought he was going to make it all the way, and really good, just shoestring tackle there.
So with that tackle, it'll be 1st and 10, Southmore. at the Ram 30-yard line. Cooper Little now at running back, takes the direct snap. He's hit hard on the blitz. Coming in is Jacob Smitty. Actually, that's Kunta Jordan again, the linebacker.
Yeah, Jordan really flying around on defense
Fired
right now.
up, like this young man.
And Rams still kind of bringing some movement. You know, we don't want to just sit back and be lax. I know 52-0, but still trying to get some reps in for these young guys.
Not exactly running the base defense.
No.
Loss of 2 on the play, 2nd and 12. Little takes the direct snap, runs to his right, finds a little bit of room there, and then there's 4 or 5 red shirts immediately on the tackle. Jordan again in on the play. Coming up off the bottom of the pile is Caleb Jones, sophomore defensive lineman. Now 3rd down and 5. Ball at the Ram 25-yard line. Marcus Means will slide over to quarterback. He's going to run to his left, jump inside. Now he'll bounce out to the outside. Red shirts, jumps back inside, outside again. We're going to have a flag on the play as the tackle is made at the Owasso 12-yard line or 18-yard line. But we've got a pink flag back at the 27-yard line. That play was so long, Grant, you got to think that might be holding against Southmore, but let's see what the call is by referee Ronald Snoddy. That's what it is, so this one is coming back. So they'll back the ball up to the Ram 35-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 15. Under a minute to go here in the 3rd quarter. Means in at quarterback. Going to roll to his right. Actually, it's going to be a keeper off right tackle. He just dances around and bounces down to about the 30-yard line.
I see Drew Thomas getting in on some action.
Now they're going to say he's down at the 33-yard line, and it'll be 4th down. Probably have to run one more play as the game clock is 1 second behind the play clock. They got to run. Well, they're just going to let it run out anyway. So timeout Owasso. So we'll take a Duralast Roofing Specialist timeout. It's Owasso 52, Southmore 0. You're listening to Ram Football here on 100.1 KYFM.
Hello, I'm Dr. Jason Griffin.
And I'm Dr. Caleb Bentley.
And we at Tulsa Bone and Joint are happy to be the team physicians for the
Owasso Rams.
I'm Destry Millsap.
And I'm Zach McGinty, and we are the athletic trainers for the Owasso Rams.
Here's some of the services that we provide in the Tulsa Bone and Joint Athletic Training Facility.
Seconds to go. Owasso 52. SaberCats 0. And it looks like mainly just parents on the far side of the field for Southmore. As the offense comes back out onto the field for the SaberCats, they'll run one more play and then we'll complete 3 quarters of play. This 3rd quarter brought to you by State Farm agent Robert Long. Final snap of the quarter, it's going to be a reverse, and it's back deep. And then coming up and finally knocked out of bounds. The Rams played that very well. Righteous Conway on the pitch, reverse pitch from Marcus Means, and that is the end of 3 quarters of play. We'll move to the 4th quarter. It's Owasso 52, Southmore 0. Come back for 4th quarter action here on 100.1 KYFM.
NCUA. TTCU Federal Credit Union. Life is better in balance.
Fourth quarter action ready to begin as the Ram offense jogs back out onto the field. Trying to close this one out here this evening. A lot of Thursday night games going on. We'll try to get you some scores here in a moment as Cavanis comes back out for Owasso at quarterback. We're waiting to see. Got something going on the field, getting lined up properly here. Yeah, I think we got things worked out. Other games in the area. Oh, the teams were on the wrong side of the ball.
Well, we talk about
learning
coachable moments here. Hey, guys, at the end of the quarter, we do switch.
And that segues me into the fact that Coach Blankenship every Wednesday morning has a coach's breakfast at Trails Inn Barbecue. Want to thank John Cash for hosting that for us. But that ought to be a really fun point of discussion because you know Coach Blankenship is going to include that in the film video that we watch.
Well, and we talk about it every week, but it's very educational watching Coach Blankenship break down film, learning a lot of things about the Owasso offense and defense, and then also getting a little bit of a scouting report going into the next week. And I think we see about the exact same faces every Wednesday morning down there, so definitely invite some folks out to come down and get an education from Coach Blankenship.
And now teams are going to come off the field. While they do that, we'll look over some scores. Enid is trailing Edmond Memorial. Edmond Memorial winless on the season at 0-5, and they lead the Enid Plainsmen 20-14. Number 1 ranked Jinx Trojans 35-14 over number 4 ranked Edmond Santa Fe. That's a rematch of last year's state championship. Also, you have Norman North leading Putnam City 23-0. Broken Arrow all over Yukon 45-14. And next week's Owasso opponent, Mustang, leading Edmond North 30-10. Well, we switched the teams again, or switched the teams and got them right this time. Handoff on the left side. Running up field, I believe that's Harris, who has basically become the workhorse now for Owasso. Double check that. We may have another running back in the game for the Rams. And we do. Landon Crawford, the sophomore, into the left of Cavanis. Crawford will run to the right, try to get outside, gives a stiff arm, runs across the 40, runs over somebody, gets picked up and slammed to the ground. But not before he gets a gain on the play, and that'll be enough for a Ram first down. Brought to you by the Glover Auto family. So the Rams will go 1st and 10 from their own 46-yard line as the clock continues to roll. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Crawford in the backfield. Ball's on the ground, and it's going to be... Well, it looked like Southmore was going to get it at first, and they couldn't reel it in. And then 3 players dove on the football, and it's possible that the Rams got the fumble back. And that is the indication from the referee, so dodged a turnover there. They'll lose a yard on the play. That'll back them up inside their own 45 to the 44-yard line. 2nd and 12. Clock continues to roll. Cavanis looks at his 2 receivers to the left, then hands the ball off to Crawford, but there was movement before the play. This will be a procedure call against the Rams.
Looked like the right guard moved a little bit early.
So Owasso's opponent next week, Mustang. Another Blankenship Bowl, if you will, as the head coach for Mustang, Lee Blankenship, will be bringing his Broncos here into Owasso. Cavanis rolls out to his left and then throws just wide of his intended receiver, Andrew Gibson.
So, trivial question, when's the last time you saw a left-handed quarterback in Owasso?
You have an answer?
I don't. I
thought
the all-knowing Steve Mowry had an answer for me.
I don't know, Rob.
I can't
I
can't remember seeing anybody. I keep thinking he's rolling out opposite side, then he slings it with his left arm, and that's kind of fun, just switching some stuff up.
So 3rd and 16, he's going to throw out to the right again, and he gets his receiver this time.
Christian Memmert.
That's going to be a gain on the play, but short of a first down.
I apologize if that's Aiden Day.
Yeah.
Both 84, both wide receivers on the roster.
I could not get the name on the back of the jersey. That's one advantage we have here at Owasso is our players having their names on their jerseys, and Owasso will now punt. Punting for the Rams is Kel Pennington.
Low snap.
But he gets off a great punt, and I believe we're going to have a flag on the play.
I can't tell if he did the same thing as earlier and put his knee on the ground trying to pick up the football.
I think you're right, Grant. They called it down at the Ram 36-yard line. So, I mean, just on these last couple of possessions, we've seen some really good lessons that you would rather work out in a game situation in a game like this than you would in a tight game when you've got, a one-possession game or something going on.
Absolutely.
So Southmore will come back out 1st and 10 at the Ram 36-yard line. Means keeps the ball, runs up the middle, trying to dance around. He's going to be wrestled to the ground there. Coming up off the pile is Lyric Wheeler. We've called his name before as he likes to stick his nose in the action. A lot of good-looking sophomores. So the future for Owasso football is bright. We're getting a glimpse into that here this evening.
Well, and keep in mind, if you're listening or watching, Southmore still has their varsity offense in, and so watching these guys make plays isn't as unimpressive as you might think.
Means runs to the right, and he'll have a Southmore first down. And you say that, Grant, that Southmore does have their varsity in, but quite honestly, they don't have anybody else to go to.
We talked about that, and we mentioned a little bit earlier, there's 36 guys on the roster coming into tonight's game. And you're right. I mean, you got guys going both ways. I don't know what you do.
I think Rejoice Christian may suit up more players.
Josh Norman really has his hands tied over there right now. Just got to have some depth. And the Rams just wearing them down.
Yeah. So 1st and 10 at the Owasso 25-yard line. Means off the handoff, runs to the right side. He'll be tackled inside the 15, or actually the 25-yard line.
Bruce Chamberlain getting in.
Also Brett Weimer. Coming into the game now for Owasso is Chris Combs. Seems to be some confusion in the secondary. Coach Frank's trying to get his secondary players in. We just got 11, right? Because this is where you can run into too many men on the field. Now a run to the left. That's Means again with the football, dancing around, and finally hit from behind inside the Ram 10-yard line. True Thomas coming up off the pile. But it'll be 1st and goal now for the SaberCats. 6:05 to go here in our ball game. It's Owasso 52, Southmore 0, but they're knocking in at the door. Means again, and he's in the end zone for the touchdown. A team that had come in tonight having scored only 35 points on the season, less than 6 points a game average. And the SaberCats able to get into the end zone here in the fourth quarter.
And Means he's still running hard. He's ran hard all night long.
Now they're going to go for 2, it looks like. Raines runs to the right, and he's going to just try to race to the pylon, and he's knocked out of bounds. There's no signal. Oh, they gave it to him there at the last moment, but Grant, that was close. I couldn't catch the number, but he got blasted out of bounds.
Well, I thought right off the snap he had a lot of green, like you said, racing to the pylon. I thought he had an easy run, and really, I don't have instant replay, and I wouldn't mind seeing that again up close, but really good job on pursuit by the linebacking core and the defense, and made that a lot closer than I sure thought it was going to be off the snap.
So 5:49 to go here in the fourth quarter. We'll take another Duralast Roofing Specialist timeout. It's Owasso 52, Southmore 8.
Take my hand, don't let go. Look in my eyes and in my soul. Hold me close, hold me near. Please let go of all your fear. I'm not going anywhere.
And without notice.
We welcome you back here to the Christian Brothers Automotive broadcast booth as Southmore will get ready to kick off. As we get ready to head into the postgame, we'll be talking about our play of the game and offensive and defensive players of the game. Everyone getting in the action tonight. It's a squib kick out of bounds. I think that was supposed to be a high onside kick.
Anthony Hills makes a really good, for a youngster, veteran move. He could have fielded it and just lets it go right out of bounds past him.
Penalty on the play gives the Rams starting field position at their own 35-yard line. So the Rams send their offense back out on the field. I don't know. I do not know what Jared Gallagher is playing here at the stadium here tonight.
They call that genre country.
Ah.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't know.
Don't have much of that in your playlist.
I would not know. Yeah, you're right.
Sounds like somebody up in the booth's having fun with it, though. Karaoke.
1st and 10 Rams, rush off right tackle.
Treptow.
Cooper Treptow on the carry. Had the touchdown in the third quarter, a 4-yard touchdown run. Second and about 6. Quick throw to the outside, and it's caught there, and turning and getting a State Farm agent Casey Miller first down. That's going to be Mike McCombs, the sophomore wide receiver. Nice throw by the left-handed quarterback, Cavanis. That'll move the chains into Southmore territory at their 49-yard line. Now under 5 minutes to go here in this fourth quarter. It's been all Owasso Rams tonight the entire game. Never really have been threatened. Handoff up the middle. Ram offensive line continues to push for a gain of 2 on the play. 2nd and 8 now for the Rams. Ball at the Southmore 47-yard line. Handoff again up the middle and tackled quickly at the line of scrimmage. That's Treptow. You talked to Ethan Van Meter tonight?
A little bit.
Have you talked to him at all?
A little bit.
Apparently he's supposed to be a dad like for the last 3 weeks. I don't know what's going on. What is going on? His wife should be having twins here, 2 weeks ago maybe? 1 week ago, any day?
I'm going to guess she's probably ready to be there, too.
Yeah, I'm sure. That's right. Pass out to the left side by Cavanis. So hopefully next week we will be introducing you to twin Van Meters. I like Steve or Stevie is really a good name, so just want to toss that in. I haven't had any takers on that in Owasso, so yeah, Mallory. Could call her Mallory. So Mallory Van Meter, that would work. That's exciting. Rams will line up in punt formation. They'll punt from their own 40-yard line. Low snap, rolls back to the punter. He's going to take off running across the 45. Thought he was going to have the first down for a moment, but unable to get the first down.
Made a great job by Pennington, not panicking, just scooping it and
took off.
He did, had a pretty good run effort on it.
The first 15 yards were easy.
Yeah.
And then he ran into some resistance. So with 2:40 to go here in the fourth quarter, Southmore will come back over at their own 44-yard line, 1st and 10. Ram defense back out on the field.
Means again on the carry.
Yep, over on the right side.
Means is going to be, he's going to need a hot tub tonight or in the morning. He's going to be sore after all the runs he's put down tonight.
But you brought up a good point earlier. I mean, the kid just continues to fight and run, and I mean, he's just a sophomore. And so
you got to like what you see out of him for sure.
He's a sophomore leader.
Just hide his paperwork.
Yeah. Handoff up the middle. It's Means again, runs to his left, gets across the 50 into Ram territory, and he's tackled at the Ram 48-yard line. Under 2 minutes to go.
See, Frank's down here coaching one of his youngster cornerbacks after getting blocked pretty good there.
3rd and 1 for Southmore. Run to the right, direct snap to a new running back, and he's across the 45 inside the 40. Not sure I've called his name. Actually, that's Camden Davis. Yep. He had a run earlier in the first half, but we haven't seen much of him here in the game tonight. That is enough for a SaberCat first down at the Ram 39-yard line. Now Means will, actually it's a pitch toward the front. Staying at quarterback is Camden Davis. And Grant, I haven't kept track of it, but I'm going to guess that there are at least 4, maybe 5 players that have taken snaps here tonight. Yeah. Chris Wilson now taking a snap. And that may be the final snap. It's actually Wilson on the run. He's going to be tackled from behind there by Roman Tyner. And that may close it out here this evening as the clock winds down. It's Owasso 52, Southmore 8. We'll take a timeout, come back, and look over the statistics and give you players of the game. You're listening to Ram Football here on the Owasso Sports Network.
Hello, can you help me?
Okay, great. Can I get cash back in 5 to 10?
Thank you. Have a great day.
There are currently 2 million American spouses and children whose family member was killed or disabled in defense of our country, which is why I founded the Folds of Honor. providing educational scholarships to the families of 1% of the Americans who protect our freedom.
Thank you for supporting the Folds of Honor.
Thank you for supporting the Fold of Honor. Please join our squadron today. Your $13 a month speaks volumes and changes lives forever.
Toss in several scratch-made sides, including 3 cheese, mac and cheese, and collard greens, homemade sauces, and you've found yourself a new favorite chicken spot. Locally owned and operated.
Welcome back to Owasso Stadiums, where the Rams victorious tonight here in district play over Southmore, 52-8. The final score brought to you by First Bank of Owasso. First Bank of Owasso is the bank you can believe in. Special thanks to D. Sokolowski and First Bank of Owasso for their support here on the Owasso Sports Network. And Grant, one of the first things we want to talk about here is the play of the game. We had 2 or 3, especially there in the first and second quarters when the starters were in. Probably have to go with Cole Adams again with that punt return. We had not seen anything like that. It was a 62-yard punt return, the second touchdown of the game for the Rams with 6:18 to go in that first quarter. But you described it best as he came to the sideline. He just stops and reverses field.
Yeah, I think you kind of talk about play of the game and offensive player of the game kind of going a little hand-in-hand on some of that with Cole Adams. Early on in the game, you don't know how these are going to go, these types of games. You can come out flat. Kind of have to have a playmaker set a tone. And Cole Adams takes that first punt and just reverses the field and makes a great play. And it I don't know how many tackles he broke on that, and takes it all the way back for the quick score. And then did it again. What was it, another drive later?
Right.
Reverses field, gets down to about the 6-yard line.
Yeah,
so
he set up a touchdown by Overstreet, which was a 4-yard touchdown.
We didn't have much offensive production early because Cole Adams wouldn't let the offense have much of a field to work with.
So our play of the game tonight brought to you by Owasso First Assembly of God. Visit Pastors Bruce and Janet McCarty every Sunday at 10:30 a.m. at Owasso First Assembly of God, just south of CVS on 96th Street and 129th East Avenue. And Grant, now we get into offensive and defensive players of the game. Again, tough to choose offensive players because you've got youngsters in, you got other guys in, but again, kind of in conjunction with the play of the game, Cole Adams really set everything up for Owasso. You talk about coming in and you think you're going to start fast, but until you do it, you really don't know. And as you mentioned, the 62-yard punt return, and then he set up the other run, and really Cole Adams comes in and makes his usual impact in the game for Owasso early.
I agree. And then, you talk about offensive. Really, we saw the varsity offense for about a quarter and a half tonight, so that makes it tough. And then you don't have any names specifically, but you really love to see the touches across the board by as many offensive guys that got in the game. So some good play by the youngsters, too, keeping the drives alive.
And also the defensive player of the game brought to you by Wings to Go. Grab your post-game snack at Wings to Go in Owasso, located at the Waterford Plaza at 96th Street and 129th East Avenue. And, Grant, I know we kind of go away from him because he's so talented, but tonight, again, contributing to the early-going dominance by the Owasso Rams, Chris McClellan was in on a lot of tackles early. I don't have his numbers, but not only when he wasn't in on tackles, he was making it where other people could get in on tackles because he's just a barrier out on whichever end position he's at.
Well, in talking before the game, just down on the sideline, watching Chris McClellan warm up, I mean, he's just an animal. He's a monster. And even when he's not making the play, I think we focus too many on, hey, how many tackles did he make? Did he get a sack tonight? No, but like you said, he's a force in the backfield. And when he's on one side, you're able to stack your linebackers kind of counter on the opposite side to give your defense a real advantage. So really good work by Chris McClellan tonight.
And Antonio Graham doing a fantastic job as defensive coordinator. And you're right, that really sets up a lot of things for him to be able to do defensively.
I really like the blitz packages that Antonio Graham was bringing in tonight.
Yeah.
Some really good calls, even when the youngsters came in.
We're going to look over the numbers real quick here as Owasso 200 yards on the ground, 127 through the air for 327 total yards. Southmore 120 yards on the ground, 0 yardage through the air, so they finish with 120 yards on the evening. 4 penalties against the Rams, 6 against the SaberCats. The Rams 2 of 5 on third down as Southmore only able to muster 20%, 2 of 10 on third down. Neither team able to convert a fourth down in the ball game. And again, just not very big numbers. Marcus Means, again, we've talked about him over and over for Southmore. 14 carries for 95 yards and the lone touchdown for the SaberCats here tonight. And boy, Rob Williams just about ran out of room being able to put together all the Owasso numbers just because of the balance that we had in the running game and the passing game. But you've got, 5 running backs, including Willingham for 22 yards. Overstreet, 1 carry for 4 yards. It was a touchdown. Harris comes in, 10 carries, 38 yards, and a touchdown. Emery Neely, 2 carries for 61 yards, including the 42-yard touchdown run. Trepton came in, did a good job for the Rams rushing as well. And then passing, you had Havens, Willingham, and Cavanis. They combined for 9 of 13 for 327 yards. Austin Havens, 2 touchdown passes. And then receiving, you had Carney with a reception for 27 yards and a touchdown. Ronnie Thomas with a reception for 20 yards and a touchdown. Cole Adams, 1 reception. Hill with 2 receptions for 16 yards. Jakari Thomas, a reception. I think everybody caught a pass here tonight. Graham had 1 catch for 9 yards, and Day a catch for 9 yards as well, as the Rams, really, it was just domination all night long here for Owasso. And with that in mind, Grant, that kind of brings us up to our final sponsor, the Mowry Funeral Service final word. Your assessment of tonight's game and going into next week's game as the Rams host Mustang.
Well, and listening to you read the stats, you have all these guys with 1 reception, which that points out to me we did not have to open the playbook very, very much tonight, which then also means your guys are executing on offense, calling kind of your vanilla offense. But at the end of the day, you still got to step up and execute. So really, really proud of the Rams for starting fast, key to the game, did a really good job doing that. And staying energetic, staying poised, staying in this game, not ever getting lax until Coach Blankenship decided to call him off a little bit. So really proud of everything coming out tonight. Coaching looked good as far as those defensive packages we're seeing with the blitz calls and things like that. So going into next week, I think you've got a lot to build off this game. Should be rested, a big key to the game after today.
Healthy.
Being healthy and rested going into next week.
And if you want to find out more about tonight's game or going into next week's game, be sure and join Coach Bill Blankenship at his breakfast club at Trails Inn Barbecue, 7 a.m. on Wednesday. Breakfast is good and the fun. You'll get some real insight on what's really going on as Coach Blankenship will go over film of tonight's game and give you a scouting report as well. As it is here tonight, the Rams improved to 6-1 on the season, 3-1 in district play with a First Bank of Owasso 52-8 victory over the Southmore SaberCats. For Joe Riddle back in the studio, for our statistician Rob Williams, my wingman Grant Mowry, and also our streamers in the other room, Brock Crawford and Brandon Brewer. I'm Steve Mowry, and you've been listening to Owasso Ram Football right here on your Owasso Sports Network. Good night, everyone.
To Owasso Rams Football on 100.1 KYF.